Boom. Hello, everybody. Part 5, 2020. Oh, I got the wrong year. 2025, Part 5. Wendi Adelson on the stand. It's going to be a long video. I mean, we're not going to do the whole thing today. I mean, the whole testimony from 2025 is like 3.5 hours. I imagine we're going to have to do two parts. But no Daniel Rashbaum today, sorry. Ow, where is that guy? Welcome everybody to the chat.
Good. Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you will give today in this trial will be the truth? You may be seated.
Yeah.
Please adjust the microphone as you need to so you can be clearly.
What about last trial? I think they should make her take the oath for all of the previous 3 trials. And do you swear that you told the truth last time? And the time before that? And back in 2019, was that the truth?
Heard. Ms. Cappleman, you may examine.
Yeah.
Please state.
You better check that mic, Wendi. Check there's you know.
Your name and spell your name.
Wendi Adelson, Wendiadelson.
Ms. Adelson,
S-O-N.
where are you from?
I'm from Coral Springs, Florida.
And you live in another state now, currently, right?
I do, yes ma'am.
All right. How are you employed?
I'm an immigration attorney
How long have you been an attorney?
since 2006.
And you're
Wow.
here pursuant
A 20-year career. Plus, she went to Cambridge.
to a state subpoena, is that correct?
Yes,
And that subpoena confers a type of immunity on you. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. Which means that nothing you say here in court pursuant to
Miss Adelson, is that your old crooked hag of a mother, at the defendant's table, in the lollipop cardigan?
And that subpoena confers a type of immunity on you.
Samara!
Do you understand that?
I do.
Blu-ray.
Okay. Which means that nothing you say here in court pursuant to that subpoena can be used against you at a later time. Do you understand that?
I do.
I'm surprised she didn't ask for a definition. What? I'm sorry, Miss Cappleman. What is a subpoena and contempt of court? Can we get a little, jargon dictionary up here for me? Legal terms? It's a long time ago that I did that course.
Okay, but it doesn't necessarily mean you could never be prosecuted. It just means that what you say in court could not be used in any future prosecution. Do you understand that?
Boom! Thank you, Jill Jane, for the super sticker. A laughing lemon. Thank you, Jill Jane.
All right. I want to ask you about your ex-husband, Daniel Markel. Is that a fair and accurate photo of Mr. Markel?
Yes.
When did you meet him?
Yeah. Give me a minute. Do we have the transcripts from my previous 3 trials where I was asked the same question? Because I never remember. Where did I meet him? It was either online or up in D.C. or, changes every year.
We met originally online.
Yeah.
It must have been the fall of my first year of.
I hope that wasn't his fucking dating profile picture. Young lawyer seeks, young Jewish lawyer seeks, another, Jewish lawyer, but the girl kind.
Law school, so 2003.
Okay. And when did you marry Mr. Markel?
We married in February of 2006.
Were you living in Tallahassee at some point as a married couple?
Yes.
When did you move to Tallahassee?
We moved to
Unfortunately.
Tallahassee my final year of law school, so that would have been in the
She should have said, and did you live here as a married couple in Tallahassee? Wendy should have said, yes, because of him.
summer of 2005. and we were here from 2005 till 2006. We spent a year at the University of Miami from 2006 to 2007. And then
Yeah, we jet skied every morning to the campus. They had my little dark space with my name on it.
and came back to Tallahassee from 2007 until 2014.
Yeah.
All right, and during the time that you were living here
And then we were out of there. Bang, bang, next day, see ya. Taxi, airport.
in Tallahassee, did you live over on Trescott Drive?
For some of the time that we lived here, yes.
And when your first child was born, were you residing at the Trescott Drive residence at that point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I have a photo of that here. Is that the
Maybe this-
Trescott Drive residence?
Yes.
Do we need more volume? I think we need more volume. I'm gonna go to the boost. I think we'll go to 190 today. We haven't been there in a while. Hello. How's this fan, by the way? Can you hear that fan? That's for the heat. But it's for the heat for my feet because it's on the floor and under the desk. But if it's too loud, I could, maybe throw a wet towel over it or something else. Fire hazard.
And how many children did you have with Mr. Markel?
We have 2 children.
What were their
Yeah,
age?
no, I think they're both his. We never got tested, so, maybe.
Ages at the time of their father's death?
Doesn't really matter now because they're Adelsons.
It was 10 days before my older son's 5th birthday, so he was 4 turning 5, and our younger son was 3.5.
So that'll be easy to remember for them every year when they go, oh, look, July 18th. Do we have a special bottle of wine or something, to open with a meal? Just, for the day.
The boys are 14 months apart.
And did there come a time when you and Mr. Markel separated?
Yes.
When was the separation?
It was in the fall of 2012.
Whose decision was it to separate?
It was mine.
How?
Acapella says angry eyebrows. It's more like angry birds' eyebrows. I'm sure there was an angry bird with those exact same eyebrows. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Wendi Adelson was an angry bird, which one would she be? I don't know. Not the blue one.
How did your ex take that news?
Well, we talked about it many times before it actually happened, but when the separation became official, he was very...
Yeah, we talked about it with our marriage counselor, Dr. Fake. Dr. Fake said everything I said was correct, and Danny was terrible, abusive, and should be in jail.
very upset.
And even though there were problems and issues and discussions, it was a surprise to him when it actually happened, right?
It was.
Okay. And what
Well, thank you, Laurie. You see, Laurie's got great taste. Great taste, Laurie. I love your voice, your attitude, your thinking on the case, all of them. And just the way you speak, an honest mind and opinion. Go metrics. Well, hey, check out the opinion. Nice one.
was part of the reason for the separation your differing views on how to raise the kids pursuant to the Jewish faith?
I'd say it was a very small part, but it was a part.
Did you consider your ex
A small part. Well, go percentage. Get a pie chart. If we got Charlie Adelson's, the one, what's the pie chart where it's like it was when he called the house, when he called the landline, and then when he called his mother on cell phone. It was like this tiny little sliver.
To be a religious zealot?
Christina, hello.
No, I didn't think he was a religious zealot, but I did think he was using religion as a way of controlling me.
Okay,
Yeah.
did you think he was more devout in his faith than you were?
I don't know that, I feel like devoutness has to do with maybe a relationship with God, and I don't know that his was more.
He had a Go Mossad poster in his bedroom, so...
Strong than mine, but he was more observant of kosher rules than I was.
Okay, and can you explain for the jury what those imply for those of us
Sure.
that don't know?
So keeping kosher has to do with separating milk from
Again, there's no varying degree of more observant or less observant. It's either you observe or you do not observe, right? You know, and that doesn't mean that you can never have a kosher meal. I mean, sometimes people do that on the plane, right? They say, I'll have a kosher meal, for not because of religious reasons, but because it's sometimes, better, not more nicely prepared food for the plane, because it's usually not very good. Unless you're on Turkish Air, which was fantastic. I had two. Yeah, but it doesn't mean you're observant of kosher. You either observe kosher. It's a bit like kosher style, isn't it? That doesn't exist. He was a little bit more observant of kosher rules, and I was a little bit less observant of kosher rules. It makes no sense.
meat, something like you can't eat a cheeseburger. And it has to do with the ritual way that animals are killed. So certain meats would.
Oh, we should show our merch, shouldn't we? Where's the merch? Get your merch, kosher style. Oh, I should play the video? Hang on. Just bear with me. Let's wait together. Or a mug. A beautiful mug. Oh. So how is everybody in chat? How's the weather? Mighty cold here. Too cold. Yeah. Okay, I can't find it. I'll come back to it.
would be considered kosher or non-kosher. And then things like shellfish are not allowed, or pork would not be allowed. And so his beliefs changed over time. We used to have bacon, and then bacon.
So yeah. My dad's 70th would have been, a no-go for him. Huge dish of paella.
And became a no later on.
All right, and those rules were something that he was wanting to impose on the children, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you were less interested in those kosher rules?
It was less important to me.
All right, were both you and Mr. Markel raised within the Jewish faith?
We were, yes.
When you separated from Mr. Markel, did you move out of the marital home while he was on a business trip?
I did, yes.
Where did you go when you left the marital home?
I went to another property that I had rented for the boys and me.
Was that at 3303 Aqua Ridge Way?
Yes.
Was that located in Leon County?
Yes.
Okay. What was the custody arrangement? Broad terms are fine for this time frame during the separation.
I think we were just trying to figure out how to make it work. We didn't have any formal custody arrangement at that time. I
Yeah,
remember
so he'd call me up and say,
his
"Can I see the boys?" And I'd
parents
say,
came to
"No."
town that weekend, and I made sure that he had the boys that weekend. We were just trying to figure out how to make it work until we had something formal.
Was the arrangement roughly 50-50 or something else?
It would have been roughly 50-50.
Okay, and were you mixing it up during the week?
There you go. Everybody head over to Bonfire and get your kosher-style cheeseburger shirt. Everybody's loving the shirts. There's also a shrimp. Yeah. And wear it to, well, I probably shouldn't promote wearing it to a synagogue. I don't know what the reaction would be. I was a little bit worried, you know.
I have been Donna Adelson's husband for over 50 years, and I could not help but scream in my mind. Donna has always been a one-sided wife who told outright lies. You're sending an innocent woman to prison. Thank you, Judge and jury, for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, Harvey, and thank you, someone. Who was that? Someone says, oh, Roseanne. Thank you so much, Roseanne. I definitely owe you a coffee. Thanks for the laughs. You're welcome, Roseanne.
Or was it a week on, week off situation?
It wasn't week on, week off. We didn't settle into that until the first summer, or maybe the second summer. I don't remember. That was more of a summer arrangement. But it was 50-50 and definitely a mix during the week.
Okay. I'm gonna publish what's been introduced into evidence as state's exhibit 6.
Coast of Maine. That must be freezing right now. What do you do with the lobsters? Do they all have these little coats? Huge sleeves for those claws. Little lobster hats.
60. Your petition. Was your mom, Donna Adelson, involved at all in drafting your divorce documents?
No.
Did she ever make any edits to any of the filings that you made pursuant to your divorce?
I think she made suggestions, but I had an attorney, a very good attorney, helping me through the process, so she wasn't editing.
Suggestions. This is your non-negotiable term.
Legal documents.
Did you ever forward any of your mom's suggestions to your lawyer?
I probably did.
And when you did that, would you attribute them to your mom, or would you just forward them?
Has anybody been able to identify anything, whether it's the divorce or her jobs, anything that she's ever done? All we heard from Tamara Demko was yeah, like, you know, she'd get me to cover for her all the time, and then promise to buy me lunch and not buy me lunch. You know, how can you cover? I'm having such a terrible, difficult time with the boys. Or Danny. Danny's being evil again with the law and everything. You know, and then again with the divorce file, it's like Wendy's just the conduit, right? She's just, Donna mails to Wendi, Wendi mails to the lawyer.
Them along without noting whether they were your questions or your mom's questions.
I honestly don't remember.
Was this a contentious divorce?
It was.
Yeah. Still looking for that tennis racket.
As part of your divorce, did you file a petition to ask the court for permission to relocate to South Florida?
I did.
And I think that
I've never thought about this before, right? And I don't know where Dan would have kept the rackets in the house. I'm assuming maybe the garage, right? So we know that he liked the gym, right? So imagine he gets back from the campus, the university, gets home, thinks, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to head down to the courts and see if anybody will, what do you call it? Play a few rackets with me. And, goes upstairs, puts on the full gear, the full Wimbledon gear, with a little sweat headband and everything, a few stretches, heads down to the garage to where the tennis rackets are, and it's gone. And just the realization, after everything, after all the shit she's done already that he's noticed, because it's obvious, he wouldn't have noticed the tennis racket until it was too late, right? And she's taking a fucking tennis racket now. Just have a total meltdown. What would he do? What would he do?
Was your amended petition. Not sure if we can see that very well. Here we go. It says the wife also desires to relocate to South Florida in order to provide a better quality of life for the children by increasing their access to close family and providing more stability and consistency. Who was the close family that was available in South Florida for the boys?
My mom, my dad, and my brother.
Yeah.
Why did you want to move to South Florida?
I had very unstable employment in Tallahassee. I had a wonderful job, but it was on
Well, that tends to happen when you never go in.
grant money, so year to year I never knew if I would still have my job. I had a job offer that was very good in South Florida,
Yeah.
and the assumption
Friend of the family. friend of the family owed my dad a favor, so he said he'd put me on the books, and basically I wouldn't have to do much at all.
was that Danny was always going to be at a different school, a better school. He used to joke that he would take one bar exam for every 2 bar exams that I had to take while we moved around the country. And so it seemed like a way of having stability while he was climbing up the law professor ladder to be ultimately at Harvard or Yale.
And was relocation important to you?
It was, in terms of having a safe and stable place for my kids.
Did you consider having to live here in Tallahassee being stuck? Or had you referred to it previously as being stuck in Tallahassee?
I mean, I may have. The idea of being stuck is if you don't have permission to live anywhere you want to live.
Yeah, I was stuck. I used to get my shoes would get stuck whenever we went to the movie theater with the fucking gum on the carpet.
But I had a nice quality of life here.
Did you consider the worst case scenario to be that you would end up stuck here in Tallahassee if your petition was denied?
I don't know. I mean, at the time, I may have felt that way.
Okay. Might you have sent an email to a friend on March 24th of 2013 indicating
$350,000, Christina, wasn't it? Near enough.
quote, I do fear that the worst case scenario that could happen is that I will be stuck here in Tallahassee?
It's possible that I sent that.
Would it refresh your recollection to review that item?
I'm happy to.
It's on tab 6 on one of those binders in front of you. Let me see which one it is. It's going to be this one.
This one?
I'm happy to is a great non-affirmative, non-committing affirmative answer, isn't it? Would it refresh your memory to look at the divorce filing? I'm happy to. You know? It's not a yes, is it? You know that she's got a whole, part of her prep would be to have just a pocket full of those ready to go, you know? I'm happy to. Sneaky. Oh, there you go. Yeah, look, we can just put the link in there. Kosher. Buy that merch. Buy Harvey a pickle.
I see it's highlighted, so yes.
Okay, and did you also...
Couldn't you just actually see his head? You know when there's a jar of pickles, or a jar of anything? Like Paul Newman's got the salad dressing, and he's on the bottle, all happy. You know, if there was a pickle company that were interested, Adelson Pickles, in brine, flavored brine. He looks like a candidate. Like if I was screening and what is the word? Looking at people's portfolios for the potential, the face of pickles, this would be a front runner.
I see it's highlighted, so yes.
Okay, and did you also email a friend around the same time frame regarding life in Tallahassee couldn't compare to the life that you would be able to enjoy in South Florida with your brother Charlie and his boat and pool and hot tub and things like that?
It's certainly possible.
All right, that's on tab 7. Please refresh your recollection.
Yes.
And in fact, didn't you use the word stuck in your actual motion for relocation? Let's see if we can get there. Here, the wife is merely stuck in Tallahassee until the husband decides that the time is right for him to leave.
So my attorney did write that, and that sounds right.
Did Tallahassee feel claustrophobic to you?
Well, at this point in time, Danny was making lots of unplanned announcements to my office where we worked together. So I would see him at work. I never knew when he was showing up. So I'm sure, this is 12 years ago that's how I felt at that time.
Okay, but outside of the context of your relationship with Dan Markel, did you ever express that just the smallness and slowness of Tallahassee made you feel claustrophobic?
I don't remember saying that.
Please refer to tab 8 to refresh your recollection.
Your Honor, if I may at this time, the state tells us you were just saying the tab number, so we're not sure what documents you're referring to.
Yes, I can.
Binder is up on the witness stand. Ms. Cappleman is the defense. Have a copy of the same binder.
No, Your Honor. I'll show them the tab.
Please do.
That full house for Wendi testimony, eh? Everyone's sitting on people's laps.
That's a dense one. Were you able to find it?
I did. I found it's part of a sentence. Can I read the whole sentence?
Sure.
Tallahassee feels claustrophobic at times, given its smallness and slowness, and the fact that my friends cycle through here with transient regularity. So yes, at that moment in time, that's how I was feeling in 2013.
And relocation was pending at the time that you were feeling that way in that moment, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and relocation was also very important to your mother, wasn't it?
Yes,
All right, and did you have some discussions with your mother about relocation?
I did.
And was that during that time frame when it was pending?
Yes,
Okay, and do you see your mother in the courtroom here today?
yes.
Could you please point her out and describe what she's wearing?
My mom is on right. I can't see her clothes from here, but she's directly across from me.
All right, is she wearing a headset on her head?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant.
The record will reflect.
Your mom didn't want you to be stuck in Tallahassee either, did she?
She did not.
She wanted the best for you, right?
She saw the best for me as not being in Tallahassee. Yes.
That's right. She referred to being in Tallahassee.
Ooh. Nice. Nice framing. She wanted the best of Miami being the best. But Wendi doesn't want to align herself with that. No. She felt the best.
That you were a hostage and a prisoner, right?
Yes, she did.
Which I have to say was a pretty good backhand by Wendi Adelson. You know, Georgia's good, isn't she? And they do this, these two. Sparring. You know, Georgia will try and get that sneaky line in there, and it's Wendy's job to field those. And I gotta say that was pretty quick.
Oh no. Clickergate continues.
Oh, look at that. A man. Arm man.
Prisoner. Close enough.
Arm and fence. Arm and fence. Do you... Oh, that's not a question for the group. Did your mom ask you to go to Trescott on that day? I don't remember. I wasn't on Trescott that day. I think a tree was being arrested or something.
Did your mom express concerns that as a Tallahassee native, the judge presiding over your relocation motion would underestimate how much better it would be for you to live in South Florida?
She did.
Yeah.
All right, let
But
me
she
ask.
also said that that big, black, southern Christian judge would love it if you converted the boys to Christianity and would side with you based on that fact. I mean, can you imagine? You think that's going to happen? Oh, you want to make him Christian? Sure. You have 100% custody. I mean, that'd be... It's just the way that Donna Adelson thinks. That a sworn judge would favor something such as a custody dispute based on one of the parties involved aligning themselves somewhat with their own religion. I mean... It's just incredible. Imagine if that did happen. That'd make the news.
Ask you a few questions about your parents. Your mom is Donna Adelson. Who's your dad?
My dad is Harvey Adelson.
And where did your...
I'd love it if she just held up a jar of pickles and said, "Here he is." You see that guy there on the jar? That's my dad. He used to be a dentist, but he went into pickle. What would you even call it? Marketing.
Your parents, I think you said they were in Coral Springs back in 2012?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
right? Okay. How long had they lived in the Coral Springs area?
I was born there, so from I think they started living there when my oldest brother.
Okay, you were born there. I think we should sign a petition to have the entire town burnt to the ground. You know, this is a what do you call it? A heritage site. Do not enter. Don't drink the water. All the fish are dead. This is where she was born.
Was born, so since the early 70s.
So fair to say they had deep roots there in that area.
Yes.
Yeah. That's when they got started with their activity. Yeah. The reason we had to have such a big house was there was a room with 8 water beds in it for their get-togethers.
Can you describe the relationship that your mom had with your kids during the time frame we're talking about? So, separation to murder time frame?
It was very close. My mom taught my boys how to read. She taught them how to play chess. It was very close.
And then after lunch, how to hate their dad. It was reading, chess, and hate Arbor. Propaganda time, boys. And that's all the way until the end of the day. Now, this is a voodoo doll. A voodoo dad. Now take that dot, I want you to stick it right in the chest.
Were your parents employed during that time frame?
Yes.
What kind of work did they do?
My dad was a dentist, and my mom was the office manager for the dental practice.
All right, and what about your brother, Charlie? Did he have a role there as well?
He was a periodontist, and so I believe at some point he purchased the practice. I don't remember what year that was, but he would sometimes work from my dad's office and sometimes work from other offices around South Florida.
Was the dental practice, the family dental practice, a success?
What did we say the other night? Like that he should get his jet ski and have a dentist chair welded to it. Because they keep saying he's a traveling dentist, right? And I just think there's a great innovation. I don't know why they're not doing this in South Florida already. It's perfect. He jet skis down to South Beach and, just straight onto the beach. And then, maybe Ben and Lincoln can go around with a little, paper cup, handing out samples of Crest or Sensodyne or Listerine or maybe that could be it. They could go around and just have like a dental survey and everyone says Crest is best, or Colgate.
Full business?
I believe
But
it
anyway,
was.
yeah, Charlie Adelson
My
setting
family
up
never
his-
discussed.
Charlie Adelson setting up a dentist chair welded to a jet ski on the beach for, he could go around, hassle all the young women in bikinis and say, hey, you want me to take a look at your crowns? How many crowns?
Money or finances with me, but I believe it was doing well.
Did you discuss your marital problems and resulting legal issues with your mom?
I
Talked
did.
about relocation, but in general, you did talk about your woes with your mom.
I did.
Okay. And I think you said you did send many of your divorce pleadings to her. Is that right?
I did.
What about your dad? What was his role in reference to your divorce pleadings?
I don't remember exactly. My parents have a shared email, so when I send an email to one of them, I would send it. It was being sent to both, but I don't know who was reading what or at what time.
Is it fair to say they were both welcome to read whatever you sent to that email address?
Yes.
And both welcome to reply as well?
Yes.
Who would reply more frequently, your mom or your dad, to those
My mom
types?
would reply more frequently.
Who took more of an interest in the day-to-day ins and outs of your litigation?
Probably my mom.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Is your mom overprotective of you?
Yes.
Is your mom an emotional person?
Yes.
What about your dad? Is he emotional as well?
I think so.
Okay, did you previously say he was more of a straight shooter and mom was
He didn't cry at the paella bar, did he? I mean, how emotional?
more emotional?
I think so, but I think women tend to be more emotional and men tend to be less emotional.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the trans people are gonna love that.
Cappleman, I am going to admit State 60 JJ at this time. Is there any objection the defense wishes to raise?
Yes, Your Honor. Same objection.
The court admits it over objection. For the record, you may continue.
And I think that's the same exhibit that's in State 64AA, Judge. It's not necessary to have duplicates, but because of the way the evidence came out in this trial, that is present in State 64 as well.
States 64AA is admitted. As far as the final record, if you wish to
Nina!
remove one, you may, but both are admitted for the record.
Thank you, Judge. All right, is it fair to say that your mom, the defendant, is a controlling person?
I don't think my mom is a controlling person.
Did you say at one
What? Right, where's her day planner? Somebody get the day planner in here. There's a list of every family member's things that they're doing every day, all day.
one time back in 2013 that your mom operates with emotional subterfuge?
I may have said that.
Would you like to refresh your memory?
I can.
It's tab 45 in the binder in front of you.
And you don't do that at all, Wendi, right?
I'm not seeing it. Is it highlighted or is it just in the, it's a long, oh. No.
Copy away. It's in the first paragraph on page 3.
Cappleman, you can just walk up and show the witness the portion of what you wish for her to read to herself.
I will, Judge.
This is 3, I think.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah, it's right after 2. Just before the 4.
Let me get the other copy.
Oh yeah, we do have a fantastic goal at the top of the chat, guys. And if anyone wants to support that channel, this channel, head over to buymeacoffee.com where you can buy us a coffee.com and buy a coffee for the judge. Maybe a bit of that judge fudge to have with it. Soon to be in Panera bars across the United States. Judge fudge. Look out for it. Yeah, also links in the description to PayPal to support the channel. And those merchandise links are in the description for the video. And the social network links as well. Great.
I'm sorry.
In this copy.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so the question was, did you previously say your mom operates with emotional subterfuge?
Yes.
What is meant by that?
I honestly.
It means she's, you know, it's a dark art of manipulation. It's her go-to.
We don't know what I meant at the time.
But not that she's controlling.
I don't think that's what I meant.
Did Dan Markel have a hard time understanding some of your mom's behaviors?
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Well, did she think you incapable of driving to South Florida by yourself with the kids? This is back when they were little.
Yeah, I don't think she thought I was incapable, but I was breastfeeding and it was helpful to have someone with me.
So what was her practice to avoid you having to do that?
One of my parents would come with me for the long drive.
So they would rent a car, come up here, ride back with you, and then follow the same procedure to get you home.
They would drive with me if I was down there, back up, and then rent a car to come home.
What person in their right mind wants to do that trip as frequently as she did? You know, 9 hours there and back. That's a 2-day drive. Imagine 2 days at an office job, right? 8:30 to 5:30. And imagine all that time. I mean, it's a 2-day drive. If you think about it like that, in terms of working hours, right? I mean, with 2 kids as well. I'm sure that's fun for them, yeah?
And did that procedure occur the week before the murder? There was a visit the week before the murder, correct?
I think it was 2 weeks before.
Okay. And on that trip, is that how it was handled, where they rented a car and came up to get you?
Yes.
Okay. Did your dad think that was necessary, or was that a mom thing?
No, my dad probably thought it was more necessary.
Okay. And did your dad make a practice of supporting whatever your mom wanted? Is that kind of the general rule?
Yeah.
Was she the dominant force in the household?
Yeah, he's been trying to get into the pickle thing for years. And it wasn't until, you know, after she was arrested that he finally, you know, realized that dream. You know, no one's going to stop me now. Where's the number for that agent? Bring me a pickle.
I mean, I think my dad had more of a quiet strength, so it's hard to say who was a dominant force. I think they were both equally strong in their parenting.
Okay, did you previously describe this back in 2013 that your mom was the dominant force in the household? If you need to refresh, it's tab 97.
Okay.
Oh yeah, has anyone got that buffer? There we go. I'm pointing the phone to the balcony again. But yeah, no, it should be fine now. It should be fine. If it just points south, we're good.
So this one goes up to 93. Is it?
Check the very back. Got a few extras tucked in there. I'll just approach this comfortably.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
93 pages. I don't know. That must be just the index for the actual filing, the big one. 93 pages of a index.
Yes.
You did say mom was the dominant force in the household.
Yes.
Did your mom ever try to micromanage your life?
Yes.
Your career?
I don't know about my career. I chose to be a lawyer. It wasn't a very popular choice in my household.
Yes, and
Yeah. Well, you know, it's better than being the face on a jar of pickles.
there were different types of areas of law that she would have preferred you practice. Do you agree with that?
I actually think they were really proud of what I was doing.
Not to suggest she wasn't proud of you, but she was encouraging you to pursue a different type of law that would be more lucrative. Do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
And what about your dating life? Did she meddle there?
Yes.
Did she create a dating profile for you on Match.com?
I don't know if it was Match.com, but I do remember a dating profile at some point.
That she created for you?
I didn't use it, but yes.
And conducted searches for men in the Miami area?
It's fucking weird, isn't it? Do you think she put like a really slutty picture up? I mean, it's just weird.
And sent them to you.
I think
Remember
this
that?
was when I was living in DC, maybe.
Okay, let's go forward a little bit here. Sorry, we'll get there. Okay, so here we have an email dated January 17th, 2013. For the record, this is 64I. And it reads, "So honey, so you think I'm nuts, but when you get a moment, check out some of these whom I've pre-screened for you." And these are guys in Miami, right? After all, you're going to be in Miami here and there. Why not see who's out there, right?
Yes.
Okay. And here's some options that she sent you. Here's an interesting guy, etc. Okay. Did you ever feel like your mom was walking all over you?
I don't remember feeling that way.
Okay, what about specifically regarding this divorce?
I don't. I mean, I had a really good attorney and I was making the decisions I wanted to make.
Okay. And
Veronica!
did you, back in April of 2013, tell a friend that you were trying to find a way to coexist with your mom that didn't feel like she was trampling your autonomy?
I'm sure I said that in 2013.
How did your mom feel about Dan Markel in this time frame, 2012 to 2016?
And I think I think a lot changed between 2012 and 2016. So I think her feelings about him changed over time.
Okay, and what about in 2016? Did she hate Dan Markel?
No, not in 2016.
What about 2014? Did she hate him then?
No.
Did you say do you remember giving a law enforcement interview in reference to this case?
Yes, I remember.
That was the same day that Mr. Markel was shot, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and did you say in that interview for court and counsel, I'm referring to page 288, lines 24 through 289, line 1, quote, "My parents have more reason to dislike Danny than almost anyone else."
At that point, I was sitting with law enforcement for 6 hours and had just been told that Danny had been shot. So I was in shock, and I was trying to help the police think of anything I could possibly think of that would be helpful.
And are you suggesting that after 6 hours you became fatigued to the point that you started saying things that weren't true?
No, I didn't say anything that wasn't true. I just was in shock. I just kept talking and talking and talking.
When your mom is really upset about something, does she talk about it a lot?
Yes.
And when she talks about it a lot, and I'm referring you back to this time frame, does she talk to your brother Charlie specifically a lot?
My mom and Charlie have always talked a lot.
Okay. And was Charlie kind of like your mom's problem solver?
I don't know about that. I kind of feel like it was where she would help him more throughout childhood and adulthood. She would help him solve problems, not really.
She definitely did a lot for him, didn't she?
She did.
She helped him with his business. She helped him with his personal life, his finances, his bills, remember to pay the whatever. She was like still mothering him into adulthood, right?
Yes.
Okay. But as far as meddling in your life, did your mom feel that Charlie could make more progress with you than she could on items like who you were going to date?
I would just be guessing about that.
Okay. At the time of Dan Markel's murder, was the defendant, your mother, very angry at Dan Markel?
Before he died?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And you hated him too, right?
At certain points, I was very frustrated with him.
Did you refer to him as an STD?
I don't remember saying that.
Tab 5.
It looks like I made that analogy.
Danny is an STD. One wrong mistake, marrying him, and this will never go away. Is that what you said?
I did.
And did you share that kind of sentiment with your mother?
I don't remember ever saying that, so I don't think it's something I said very often.
And this was said in an email on February 26th of 2013, correct?
It was.
Approximately 17 months before the murder?
Yes, I don't think it was an email, though. It looks like it was sort of an iMessage.
Okay. Did you ever refer to your ex-husband as the Dark Lord?
I don't remember saying that, but I certainly might have.
Did you refer to your ex-husband as Gibbers?
I did.
What is the meaning of Gibbers?
Gibbers was just a silly name that a friend helped me come up with to basically make him feel less scary. It was nonsense.
Did it reference Jew in boots?
That I don't remember.
It wasn't a friendly name, right?
It was a silly name.
It was a silly name.
Did you ever say that you hated Dan Markel?
Was that supposed to be him?
Don't remember saying it, but I certainly could have.
Tab 31, please, to refresh your memory.
I said that I hate him in this moment.
Introduce it.
Yeah, just in the moment. It's like
Okay.
it's like Charlie Adelson when he's talking about the Katie dinner where he threw the money on the table and stormed out like a fucking. You know. What did he say later? He said, "I never called you a bitch. I said you were acting like a fucking bitch." That's calling her a bitch. I mean, I never get why people do that. It's the stupidest thing. I never called you a bitch. I said you were acting like a stupid fucking bitch.
Okay, and did you say in that email, that same email, quote, I hate my children's dad?
I did.
And do you agree that email was sent approximately 15 months before Mr. Markel was murdered?
It was in April of 2013.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna approach with what I've
What did he do? Why do you hate your husband? Well, you know, he works a lot. He's makes more money than I do because he enjoys his job and he's committed.
Has 56 A, B, C, and 57. I asked you about the Gibbers nickname. Did you have that nickname stored in your cell phone as Dan Markel's contact name?
I did.
Approach and show you these exhibits and ask if they're fair and accurate. Contacts 56A. Who is that a contact for? You know.
It's my mom's phone number, so that would have been. It's a picture of Ben as a little guy and my mom.
Okay, so fair and accurate contact
Yes.
from your phone for mom at that time.
Yes.
Okay, and then 56B.
That's my dad.
And that's his phone number.
It is.
Okay, 56C.
That's my brother.
Charlie.
Yes.
Okay, fair and accurate phone number for him at that time.
Yes.
And then 57, is that the contact you had in there for?
Okay, Christina wants a poll. Should Donna be sent to prison in a freezing cold state or stay in the hot and steamy lol? Really? I mean, all right. Okay. Okay. So what do we do? Should Donna be? I don't know if I'm going to fit that question in. We've got to bring it down. Yeah, we'll split it. Should Donna be sent to prison in a ... freezing... I'm not too sure about this poll. In a freezing cold state or hot and steamy lol. Okay. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street. Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Should we add a third option? Or sell pickles with Harvey? No. She'll... I'm not gonna mess with one of your ideas again, Christina. No, I'm not gonna take any artistic license. No, we'll just we'll do this one. That's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's great. So close, and start that poll. Boom! Everybody vote in the poll. Everybody support the channel. Everybody, hit that goal and buymeacoffee.com.
Your ex-husband, Dan Markel.
Yes.
Judge, at this time I'd ask to move into evidence 56 and 57.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 56 and 57 are admitted at this time.
Did you ever refer to your ex-husband, Dan Markel, as an emotional terrorist?
I very well could have. I don't remember saying that, but
That one's on tab 34.
What? Why? This is what she spends her whole fucking day doing, isn't it? She goes into the office, sits on her desk, and instead of actually doing any work, she just comes up with these, like, slightly creative, what do you call it? You know, bad names. What do you call that? Slights? It was a slight. Yeah. How about emotional emotional terrorist? The list. The rabbi of death.
I'm so sorry. Is that? Yes, I believe it is 34.
it is. I see it. I said it in December of 2013.
Approximately 7 months before his murder.
December to, yes, approximately 7 months.
And tab 35, in June of 2014, did you say of your ex-husband, I hate him so?
Yeah, but that was the beginning line to the song that I was writing, that I was going to sing in a piano bar, accompanied by Charlie on the Black and Whites. I hate him so, his name is Dan Markel.
I don't see it.
Are you on tab 35?
No, I was on tab 34. It's tab 35.
Sorry, yes.
It's 35 tabs.
I did write that.
Yeah.
And that was approximately 3 weeks before Mr. Markel was murdered, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Lost my clicker. Clickers are a real problem for me. All right, next I want to ask you about
Holly D.
Mr. Markel's response to your petition to relocate. Is it fair to say he was adamantly opposed to that motion?
Yes.
All right, and you all fought over things large, of course, but also very small, like in this pleading, a tennis racket is mentioned, right?
Yes.
And, oh,
And don't forget my nail clipper. That was a good one, too, from the body shop.
jumped ahead on us. Okay, let's go back. In Mr. Markel's response, and for court and counsel, this is page 82 of Exhibit 60, he indicates the husband affirmatively alleges that the wife helped herself to non-marital assets, including money and stocks owned prior to marriage, as well as numerous personal non-marital belongings of the husband, such as luggage, bicycle, tennis racket, and family heirlooms. Did you take those things when you vacated the property?
I did remember taking his tennis racket by accident, and I returned that, but otherwise I didn't take his belongings.
Did you strategize to leave him in a way that would cause or inflict maximum damage upon him?
No.
Is that something your mom ever said?
I don't
To your
remember that.
knowledge? Did you discuss with your mom how and when you would leave your marriage?
I did.
Do you recall a 11, so November 2nd, 2012 email where Dan Markel was saying to you, let's put all this aside. This is all about the kids. Let's act toward each other in a way that they can be proud of. Did he say that to you?
I remember reading an email like that.
All right, and we talked about the Aqua Ridge apartment, or I guess it was a home residence. Is this a fair and accurate photo? I've blurred your kids' faces, but of the living space there?
Thank you for doing that. Yes, that's our home.
Okay. And did your mom help you secure this place to live? Did she have any involvement in that?
She did.
Okay, what involvement did she have?
She helped me move in.
Okay, did she help you locate the place to live?
I think
at
so.
all? Okay. Did she come up and look at places with you as well?
We did.
Okay. Did Dan Markel threaten you in the pleadings with federal kidnapping charges?
He did.
And that was associated with the way he claimed that you left the marriage?
Yes.
Okay. And he says you took the kids and did not tell him where they were for several, I think I've seen days and weeks. Is that true?
It's true that he said that. It's not true that that's what happened.
What was his position on your motion to relocate?
We did talk about it before I filed it, and he was amenable to figuring it out. But once I filed it, he was against it.
Okay. Did he allege in his response that the sole stated reason that you wanted to relocate was to be closer to your parents?
He did say that in his response.
Right. And is that the response that your mom referred to as his 23-page rant?
Probably.
And she had a lot of thoughts about that particular filing, didn't she?
Yes.
Okay. And she laid those out in an email to you. I know you remember. That's the whole your non-negotiable is relocation.
Yes.
Do you recall having 2 long mediations to try to resolve your divorce without a trial?
Yes.
And were those mediations successful?
They were not.
Was Mr. Markel seeking to depose your mother as part of the divorce proceedings?
I don't remember that.
What about your brother Charlie? Did he care about whether you moved to South Florida or not?
I think so. I mean, I think he would have liked for me to be closer to him and have the kids closer to him.
Would it have been okay with him if you had made a decision to stay in Tallahassee?
I would have imagined so, yes.
And after the relocation motion was denied, you were kind of like, well, maybe I have to stay in Tallahassee. Wasn't there at least a moment of that for you?
I mean, it wasn't maybe, that was the court's decision, and I respect the court's decision, and I would make the best of it.
What about Charlie? Was he outraged by the court's decision?
I honestly don't remember him being outraged.
But to your mom, it was a big deal.
My mom was really upset.
Yeah. It was described by your mom in several places as like a life and death proposition. Do you agree with that?
I think my mom thought my life in Tallahassee wasn't good.
Yeah.
Is it true that you never would have left Dan Markel without your mom's suggestions?
Objection, lady.
Overruled. She may answer the question based on her own knowledge.
I would have left Danny regardless of anyone else's input. I was very unhappy.
Did you ever write that you would have never left him without your mom's suggestions?
I don't remember saying that.
Please refer to tab 41 and see if it refreshes your memory.
Memento, Sally. Also, Sally, I sent you a message on Discord. What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? Definitely, well, you know, you'll see the message, but definitely not anything I said.
I do say here I wouldn't have done it on my own.
Okay. Did you specifically reference your mom?
I say my parents and brother's suggestions and support.
Okay.
I think because I wasn't happy, but I
just got off the phone with Zach at SEI. Obviously, I pretended to be you. Yeah. He was in fact able to tell me that on November 8th, 2010, when Danny Jibbers asked us to forward him your account so he could control an investment in your mutual blah 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 Schwab blah 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 blah.
part of me thought maybe I would just stay until the kids grew up.
Yeah, only 20 years. 20 years of food trucks and book club.
Just one moment, I've lost my place a little bit.
And that'll be a whole generation of pig race champions, right? Isom would have risen through the ranks, become a judge. You know, not a legal judge, I mean for the pig race.
All right, I think you already testified you did not offer your mom your divorce petition to edit. Is that your testimony?
Sorry,
Did you
What's the
send your
question?
divorce petition to your mother to assist you in editing it?
I don't remember
Maria.
doing it.
Okay, and did your mom also pretend to be you to Mercer University to help you complete your divorce affidavit?
I have no memory of that.
Got
Yeah.
a
I have no memory of that. I could have done it, you know, when I was jumping, you know, from one Latin hunk to the other.
will pop out here of this email from your mom. Obviously, I pretended to be you contacting these financial institutions. Is that something that she would normally do on your behalf? Pose as you?
I had very little understanding or involvement of my financial situation, and so that might have been an account that my dad had created for me or that had like co-signatory authority. So
Yeah, you know, because you know, again, what the fuck do? You don't raise your children. You don't create an account on whatever it was. You didn't do anything. You're a conduit for the legal, you know, requests going through from your mother through you to the law, and then your job at FSU. You never did anything. I went down to Markel to do an alternative spring break. I run it down there. Yeah, meaning you hand out name tags for an hour, and they give you a free flight. and then you're just an hour's drive from your brother's house. I run an alternative spring break in a Markel. Yeah, something I picked up at Cambridge.
So that's possible.
Okay. And here, did you forward a letter that was written on or sent to you on December 19th of 2013 from Dan Markel, where he was kind of wanting you back and making a lot of concessions? I'll stop coming home late, etc. Do you recall that
I do.
long email? Did you forward that to your mother?
I very well may have.
And do you recall she replied with,
I usually do, you know. Anything that's going to require work or reading, I send it to my mother, and she, you know, she'll handle it.
sort of a paragraph by paragraph breakdown of that, Dan Markel email.
So I see that here. I mean, I certainly didn't remember, but I see that there's a response here.
Okay. I think I've got her responses. Did you respond to her? Very nicely done, Mom. This is great.
It looks like I did, yes.
Okay. And then we go to L. In her responses, I guess they've got a joint email, so how do we know it's Mom and not Dad? Do we?
I don't.
Does Dad send responses like these? This is all the response. Would Harvey detail like that in a response?
No, but it could be that my dad and mom were talking and that she was the scribe, right? That they were, that it reflects both of their thoughts and that my mom's the one writing it.
And many of the emails are signed Mom and Dad, or they reference Dad and I feel this way. Was it common?
In fact, that was their usual practice because Donna would type for Harvey because he would be standing next to the fridge with a jar of pickles and, with his fingers covered in salty water.
For your mom to express
Pickle juice.
for the two of them a certain position.
Yes.
And in this particular email, so this is a little confusing, but she responds paragraph by paragraph, K3, K5, K6, referencing Dan Markel's email to you and refuting each paragraph. And she felt that his position was outrageous, right?
Yes.
And she thought his religious...
Yeah, and you can tell she really means it because it's all in caps. She loves to do that, doesn't she? With the formatting, if you go through her emails, there's like underlining and italics, bold, caps. It's very hyper-expressive.
practices were extreme, didn't she?
She did, yes.
She was extremely concerned about the well-being of the children in reference to his religious practices.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Yeah, the well-being, what? Yeah, no, they were born Jewish. We're making them Christians now. Next year, we're going to take them to the mosque and, the Islam. That's going to be 2016, Islam year. And then 2017, we're heading over to the Buddhist temple.
She wanted a psychological evaluation of Mr. Markel.
Yes.
He didn't need a psychological evaluation, did he?
Yeah, he should come down to your house. He'd have a great business out of that. 4 clients.
Honestly, I don't remember.
Probably do your family deal. We need 4 brain examinations, doctor.
Was he an extremely intelligent, accomplished law professor?
Yes.
Yeah. So I've been told. Apparently.
Did she?
But he was shit at fundraising though, wasn't he, Wendy? Shit at that. And what's the other thing? The name tag handouts. Couldn't do that. Dropped them all on the floor. Didn't lay them out in alphabetical order. Rubbish. If you want a fucking pro for that, Wendy's your girl.
Your mom ever called Dan Markel any disparaging names around this time frame?
She did.
including piece of
Sally appreciates the group. We appreciate you, Sally. Always.
shit,
Yes.
asshole,
Yes.
I love how love you, mom and dad came on there. Asshole! Love you, mom and dad. Love you, asshole. Wendy. Say that again.
time frame.
She did.
Okay, including piece of shit,
Yes.
asshole,
Yes.
a narcissist,
Yes.
a bully,
Yes.
This would be good for one of David Anderson Kirk's songs.
a bastard,
Like, nice electronic dance. And, you know, a zealot. You just hear that coming in with the beats. Asshole. Be great.
Yes.
A piece of shit. Boom. Thank you, Sally.
Did your mom help you prepare for your meetings with your divorce lawyer?
My mom offered help, but I don't think I needed help preparing for meetings with my divorce lawyer.
Who was your divorce lawyer?
Kristen Adamson.
Yeah. No, I got Jeff on that. Jeff was around by then, so we just, you know, where's that big filing? You see those huge binders? I just took those all to Jeff. I said, Jeff, I'm so tired. I need to lie down. So, by tomorrow morning.
Your mom in an
Jeff's like, oh, when you asked me to come and stay over, I thought that, you know, we would. Wendy's like, yeah, no, I need to put a wet towel on my forehead, okay? Yeah, but if you could just put all those 30,000 sheets of paper in order, and maybe you could retype them double-spaced.
email dated January 9th, 2013 indicates that she thinks the
See, Sally's going to buy us a big cup of coffee next week. Thank you, Sally. Everybody, head over to buymeacoffee.com/True Crime Metrics and buy your cup for the winning cup, the best cup, the biggest cup in town.
job opportunities that you had in South Florida was a major bargaining chip in your divorce. Did you agree with that?
Did I agree with it at the time?
Yes.
I don't remember.
And she did a lot of work sort of making arguments to that point, didn't she?
I believe so.
And did you forward your correspondence with your lawyer to your mother?
I did.
I loved the thing, I think it was Stephen Webster in Charlie Adelson's trial, the testimony. Stephen Webster was, of course, the representing lawyer for Dan Markel at the time he was shot. I don't think he actually ever made it to court, but they had spoken about the case. And Stephen Webster said that actually the fact that the Adelsons had to result to murdering him in this matter, was a testament as to what a fucking good lawyer he was, and how committed he was, and how much integrity he had, and how he wouldn't back down, and how, you know, all of these sly tricks. Oh, this is our best bargaining chip. You know, they're just any way to win, right? Totally hell-bent on winning. Expensive lawyers, team of 3, huge paperwork, all this going on, and they still couldn't get it done legally. Why? Because Dan was like, hell no, I'm gonna law them to death. I'm gonna rub them with so much law, you know. Yeah, it was just a I thought it was a nice way. It's kind of a little bit of a backhanded silver lining thing, but his murder was a testament as to what a great lawyer and one of integrity that he was. And that was just a cool way to look at it, I thought.
Publishing 64. I'm going to skip to J. She wanted to be kept informed, right?
Yes.
Sally says, I love how Georgia knows the tab for each lie. Can you imagine her in her office working on that? A tab for each lie and, you know, running out frequently, calling her secretary. We're going to need another pack of these. Head over to, is Staples still open? You just bring everything they have.
Your mom mentions, let's see if I can find it. This is 64G, your South Florida legal team. She will try to remember to discuss things with your South Florida legal team. Who was that?
I think she was jokingly referring to herself.
Oh, she's the South Florida legal team.
Yeah, in a way that elevated her above what she was. You know, how does that scan on the? How many steps above domestic coordinator is that?
I don't know who else it would have been. I think that's why there's a smiley face. I think it was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's almost as good as the TV joke, isn't it? I'm her South Florida legal team.
More questions for your upcoming hearing with your attorney. Did you forward your mom's questions or ask your mom's questions when you met with your attorney?
Probably not all of them, but if there was something that I thought was useful, I...
Debbie Martin says, valedictorians have photographic memories. It's incredible what she doesn't remember. She's not a real valedictorian. The only way that this Muppet is a valedictorian is if she switched the tests, you know, when nobody was looking. Just yoink, like just put her name on the actual good student, you know.
probably forwarded it or had a conversation about it.
And here you can see in paragraph 2, your mom referred to Dan Markel as Gibbers as well, right?
It was a silly name, yeah.
It was a silly name. Silly Gibbers. Yeah, it was a silly name. He was being very threatening, you know. Asking for his money back and his racket. So we had to call him Gibbers.
Let's go to the order denying your petition to relocate. Was your mom aware that the order was filed?
Yes.
Okay. And this is language from the order denied with prejudice, meaning you can't re-raise it, right?
Right, you can't refile.
Mm.
And your mom wanted to fight the decision, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
Did you feel railroaded by her?
What, couldn't accept that someone told her no. Wouldn't give up and needed special treatment even though that was the end of the line.
In this email where she's kind of bullying you to keep fighting.
Objection, Your Honor. The prosecutor's testifying.
Please rephrase your question.
Did you feel railroaded by your mother?
No.
Okay, but she wants you to continue to take action.
It was denied. I wasn't taking any more action.
Not any more legal action.
I was not taking any more.
Somebody took action. Pow pow.
Action of any kind.
Didn't your mom have some other ideas for some other actions that could happen?
She did.
She did want to take it to an appeal. Do you remember that?
Actually, I don't remember, but
That's on tab 43 of your binder.
yes, I see.
You see, people like Donna look at appeals as if, it's an exclusive club, right? Because poor people wouldn't be able to afford it. Maybe if we buy the big, the what do you call it? The next package, we'll get the appeal package. But the way I understand it, with a matter such as the one under discussion, the only way that an appeal court would do anything different is if there had been some technicality error, something, It says here that it's Wendi Adelson, Wendy, but your name is with an I, so reversed. They're not going to just change the mind of the judge.
Okay, but she also wanted to develop this plan of action that could be implemented between the time you learned of the relocation denial and your final hearing in court to maybe strong-arm Mr. Markel into agreeing to the relocation. Do you remember that email?
Yes.
Okay, and she had some ideas for how to do that, right?
Yes.
And she said Jibbers hasn't beaten the Adelson family yet. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So what was her plan of action? What did she suggest you could do to get Dan Markel to relent and let you take his kids to South Florida?
She suggested that I pretend that the boys had become Christian.
Is that something you would ever consider doing?
No.
Yeah.
She was going to pay for them to get instruction on the Christian faith, right?
That was what she said.
And she said she looked into it and she could get them baptized in a couple weeks. Do you remember that?
I don't remember, but I'm sure it's here.
Do you remember her imploring you to put on a good act?
I do.
Did your mom, I don't know, do you have any acting training?
No.
Do you know why?
Well, a little bit from my legal team hired an acting coach for me to come and testify today.
Your mom would Google how to teach an actress emotion.
I don't know.
Did she ever share with you or forward you any tips on how to bring emotion or fake emotion?
Not that I remember of any kind.
You see, they missed out. They could have, instead of the paella bar at Harvey Adelson's 70th birthday, they could have hired Meryl Streep to come to the party and just, walk around, mingle, but teach everyone some acting tricks, And this is how we do angry.
All right. What about a financial offer? Was that part of it as well?
Yes.
What was the financial offer to be?
I think it was $1 million.
Who
Yeah.
was going to pay the $1 million?
My mom, my dad, and my brother.
And they were going to pay $1 million. You didn't have to pay any of it?
I don't remember.
How many jet skis is that? I mean, that's got to be like, what? I have no idea how much a jet ski would cost. What are they like? It's got to be 20 grand. So 50 jet skis. Imagine that. With 50 dentist chairs welded to them. I mean, that would go from Miami all the way up to St. Augustine, right? The whole coast.
Having to pay any of it
Okay. And they were going to give Dan Markel $1 million for what?
so that I could relocate.
Okay. Did you ever make that offer to Dan Markel?
No,
To your knowledge, did anyone make it to him?
I don't think so.
Would it have worked?
I don't think so.
Do you think they were going to just put a $100 bill around some Monopoly money? Hand him a bag.
She's all about getting control from Dan Markel, right?
Yes.
And you told her these ideas were crazy, didn't you?
I did.
I will not be introducing my children to Christianity. I truly believe it will backfire.
Again, Your Honor, the prosecutor is testifying and leaving.
As the counsel testifying, sustained, please make sure you're asking open-ended questions to the witness. Ms. Cappleman,
I'm reading from State's Exhibit 64V, which is in evidence.
please proceed.
Did you say it would backfire?
Yes, those are my words.
And what did you mean by backfire?
I don't remember, but I can read there below what I was saying.
Did it have to do with this will give him ammunition to pursue things in court?
I might have meant that at the time.
Did your
She's
mom
rattled.
respect your decision not to use her suggestions?
I mean, she had to have, right? I'm a grown up.
Yeah.
She kept pushing though, didn't
Are you? You know, I mean, but you don't act like a grown-up. I mean, you pretend to have an impressive CV, Cambridge, but, I can tell from looking at you that you are not a high performer in any role, You're not someone that puts any work in to anything, let alone perform. So, you're not a professional, you're not a grown-up. What is this here? Not in control.
she?
She was suggesting other ideas.
Okay. January 27th, 2013 email 64W. Charlie brought up a good point when he said that Americans were dropped behind enemy lines during World War II wearing Nazi uniforms to get what they wanted. They had a job to get done, and they did what they needed to do to accomplish it. You have a job to get done and a very short time frame to accomplish it. If you dressed your kids up in Hitler Youth uniforms and brought them down here, I could care less if it was an act of defiance and would show Jibbers that he's not in control. Did she suggest that to you?
Yes.
She urged you to rethink your decision not to implement her suggestions, didn't she?
Yes.
She wanted you to do an act of defiance that will put a scare into this jackass. Why would she want to scare Mr. Markel?
So that he would let me relocate, I guess.
She says here, and I'm still on 64W, I don't know how much of the big picture you're seeing, honey. I don't know if you can realize that not only what you can provide for your boy's life, but for your own life, all depends on this change. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So she did view this as a very serious matter, right?
Yes.
And she's sending all of this after the relocation is denied, right?
Yes.
Everyone has a price. Fight for yourself. Okay, I'm showing you this slide also from Exhibit 64W, which indicates that you were going to go into the $1 million offer as a third. Does that refresh your memory on that deal?
I mean, it refreshes my memory, but it's not something I ever considered or thought about doing.
So you would not have paid up the
No.
third of $1 million?
No.
Yeah.
Moving on to 64X. This is an email
Are you kidding? You kidding? I have to go on Obamacare.
in which
Third of $1 million.
your mom expresses opinions on several items, including the marital home, the parenting schedule, alimony, child support, health insurance. Did you want her opinion on all these things?
I mean, I don't remember, but I think we always want our parents' opinion on things, even if we don't take it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I can't hear it.
Please restate your answer.
Counselor asked me if I wanted my mom's opinion on those things, and it's hard for me to remember at the time if I wanted other opinions, but I said, I guess, people always want their parents' opinions on things.
And your mother's opinion
Really?
was that
Is that so? I don't think that's true.
she wanted you to aggravate your ex-husband, right?
Yes.
To screw him
What told you that? Let's get this fuck where it hurts.
financially
Yes.
to get a win.
Yes.
She thought your divorce was something to be won, right?
It seems that way.
When was the divorce final?
It would have been final the summer of 2013.
July 31st of 13 sound right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we saw that that was the date for your trial. Did a trial take place?
Yes.
Okay. With witnesses being called?
No, there weren't any witnesses.
Okay, so it was a settlement.
Yes.
And did you reach the settlement on the day that the trial was supposed to be conducted?
Are you kidding? It took 5 days.
Maybe the day before.
Okay. I want to ask you some questions about voice authentication. Your cell phone, was it collected by police in this case?
I gave the police my cell phone to search.
Let them download it and return it to you, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you familiar with a wiretap that was conducted in this case?
I've seen a lot of wires.
Where phone calls were intercepted by the police and recorded by the police?
Yes.
And were you asked to listen to a disc of calls to see if you could authenticate the voices on those
Yes.
discs? Okay. And were you able to authenticate some of the voices on there?
I was able to authenticate the voices of my family.
All right, so Charlie Adelson, Donna Adelson, Harvey Adelson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and did you initial on State's Exhibit 135 by each of those voices that you were able to authenticate?
I did.
Certainly can't read this, but
It's very small.
see if that's
Yes.
That's where you initialed. Okay.
I did.
This time I'd asked to
Hit that like button. Thank you, Madeleine. Everybody hit that big thumb on the like button. That is a great way to support the channel and help that channel out. Another great way to support the channel is on buymeacoffee.com/truecrimemetrics. We got to get some coffees in, guys. What time is it? What time is it? Ooh, thank you so much, everybody. Buymeacoffee.com.
Introduce State's Exhibit 135.
Any objection?
Has it been entered?
I'm asking if there's an objection
No
to the
objection.
offense. States 135 is entered.
After the divorce was final, was there any more litigation between you and Dan Markel?
There was.
All right, and who was the first one to file something after the divorce was final?
I don't remember who was first to file.
Because you both filed some things afterwards, right?
Well, Danny was supposed to pay me for the deal with our settlement was I was supposed to take my name off the title to the house, and he was supposed to pay me half the value of the house. So I went that first week and took my name off the title and then just waited. And when I reached out, when it was time for him to pay what he owed, he said, "I'm not going to pay it." And I asked why, and he said, "I have my reasons." And so my attorney had to file to enforce the settlement agreement because otherwise he was going to be held in contempt of court.
The court had given him a deadline to make the payment, and he didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
So you filed a motion to enforce,
The settlement agreement.
and he filed a counter motion saying,
Yeah, he was just being hot, just a dick. He said, "Get your mother to bring me a banana bread and we'll talk about it. And I want a big one."
well, I'm not paying because she's in violation for all these different things. Remember that?
I do, and then he accused my attorney of committing fraud.
Right.
Yeah. No.
One of his big complaints was failure to facilitate the communication agreement, where I guess you all had some type of agreement to provide Skype calls with the kids to each other when you didn't have the children. Do you remember him?
This is interesting. I just thought that, Debbie Martin, it literally just went through my head. And certainly Patty would know. But yeah, I don't see Wendi Adelson up front going to take her name off the title to the house without having that fucking money. What a gesture of goodwill, is it? I don't think so. That doesn't make any sense. Cash up front. No, cash up front or it's not getting done. Cash up front.
Complaining about that?
I do. I remember if I was 1 minute late, he would contact the parenting coordinator and complain that I was in violation.
That was a pretty regular complaint of his in this.
Yeah, he kept this little notepad in his shirt pocket with a list that said at the top, Wendi violations. That's another one.
This era of these filings, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And when
No Skyping with the boys. Bacon towers have not been removed. And late from Creative Day School. Daycare. Play school. What is it?
when he sent an email, for example, 64N, let's see if we have that.
J-Bug 53.
Alleging
Wasn't that the number on that Volkswagen that drove around all by itself? What's it called? Herbie. Sure, that was 53. Thank you, Herbie.
these sorts of violations, and including, quote, accusing you and your mother of making zero efforts to facilitate communication between he and the kids. Did you forward this email to your mother?
I don't remember if I did or not.
Yeah, but she was very busy teaching the children to read, and then they would learn how to play chess, and after lunch was how to make voodoo dolls of their father.
And
Okay, boys, here's some forks. Lincoln, you stab him right in the eye, like this. And Ben, right in the gut. And twist.
during this time period, did Dan Markel send you quite a few emails pleading with you to play nice, for example?
This is a great email. Great email. Should we read the whole thing again? Well, we did it the other day, didn't we? Another great one. Another great filing from Professor Markel.
March 7th of 2013. Wendi, I really regret that things have gotten...
By the way, I was talking about the small text on the left. On the right-hand side, I believe, was Wendi, which is always full of basic writing errors. Someone said earlier in the chat that, hey, if she's a valedictorian, then she would have a photographic memory. Well, you know, and be able to write in English, you would think, right? But there's the evidence. There's no way that this person was a high performer in any educational institution, including high school. Not a chance. You've read the book? Fucking this stupid book? What does it say? It's a random sentence. I went, insulted, scared. Already, we've got 3 commas, and there's only been 5 words. I went, comma, insulted, comma, scared, comma. Instantly. I mean, technically correct, but it's not nice to read. When he has this real thing, and you can tell this is a thing, this is definitely a thing, where people write what they hear in their head, but they have control, what they hear in their head of someone speaking, right? But you have control over that. Your mind has control over that. When you're writing, you have to leave it open for people, for other people to read. I went, insulted, scared, and dreading the car ride alone with Martin. I tarried over my tasks as long and reasonably as possible. Not only did I think Martin was disgusting for the things he had done to Anna, but he was genuinely dangerous. I didn't want him near me. I mean, that wasn't even, particularly bad. But some of the other stuff is just incredibly bad. I'm going to be reading that soon, very soon. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
To the place where they are. Do you think we could try to resolve more issues directly with each other to prevent so much of the unnecessary tension and cost? Things like that.
Yes.
Okay. But then you didn't seem to be able to actually play nice with each other, even though it seems like maybe that's both what you wanted, at least at certain points.
I was always trying to play nice.
Well, you were threatening to hold him in
Your little swimming idea is a no-go. Jibbers.
contempt of court.
I wasn't threatening to hold him in contempt. That's what my lawyer filed. That's what happens
Well,
when
your
you...
lawyer represents you, doesn't she, Mrs. Adelson?
She does, but I wasn't...
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't me. It was my legal team that represent me. And a friend of mine invented the name Jibbers. It's always someone else, isn't it? Yeah. Who ate the last piece of cake?
Wasn't threatening him.
Did you cease all Skype communication between Dan Markel and the boys on March 12th of 2013?
I wasn't threatening him. I'd love it if Georgia pulled up a video, a video of Wendi walking down Trescott, for a fight. You want to be in contempt? Jibbers!
I don't remember that, no.
Tab 54, please.
Studio 54.
It looks like my attorney advised me to do that.
Did you
yeah.
cease all Skype conversations between Dan Markel and the boys?
Again, I don't remember. It's been a very long time. But if my
So they said, my attorney advised me to don't look at any media, don't read, don't watch, don't listen. And also hold Jibbers in contempt and terminate his Skype conversations with his children, with his sons. And get those kids some bacon towers while you're at it.
attorney advised me to do it, then I probably did it.
Okay. And
did your attorney advise you to wipe your ass with your left hand or your right? Just Wendi Adelson in the stalls at the courthouse on the phone. Hello? Is that Kirsten? No, I was just wondering. It's 2-ply. I don't know if that makes a difference.
the day that you filed that motion to enforce the marital settlement agreement and hold Dan Markel in contempt, see if I can find that.
Wendy's Spanish is probably like, you know those people that think they, when they go to a bar, they say something like, uno biro, poro favoro, and they think they're really blending in. Uno biro poro favoro.
What was the date of that filing?
It looks like it was October 31st, 2013.
Was that the same date that you backed out of the contract to buy a house here in Tallahassee?
I don't remember if it was the same date, but
That fake house that you were buying on Fake Lane? 335 Fake Lane. No, it was an actual house. It was just that her interest was 100% fake. She was never going to buy that house. That house was how she gave the pressure command to Mother Donna. Mom, he's won. I can't do it anymore, Mom. Jibbers has won. I'm going to lie down. I give up. Let him keep me here a prisoner. I'll submit to his will and stay here for 20 years. You'll still be able to visit, Mom. Don't worry, Mom. It'll be fine. I'm going to get a house. I'm going to get a good house, the best house I can afford. We're going to make a life. We're giving up and making a life. Nothing would have put pressure on Donna like that, huh? Do you see why? Can you imagine how insane hearing her daughter, who has the necklace engraved with never, 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 never give up? A line like that, a ploy, a fake house ploy like that was the perfect thing for Donna to call Charlie and say, Charlie, fucking, I don't care what you need to do, get this done, okay? Go out into the streets and don't come back until you've got a Filipina with a gangster baby daddy. And get them to do it, because this, Wendy's going to buy a fucking house. She's going to get locked in. It's going to cost us more money to get out of it, and it's just get this done.
At that point, I didn't have the money I needed to buy the house because Danny didn't pay what he was supposed to.
And Jim has kept all the money too. He keeps me prisoner and he keeps my money prisoner.
Do.
Okay, but you don't remember which day you backed out of buying the house.
I don't.
Could it have been the same day that this was filed? Halloween of 13.
It may have been.
Okay, and was it Charlie, your brother, who talked you out of buying the house?
No, I didn't have the money to buy the house.
So you don't remember him discussing that with you?
No.
Okay. And did your mom have a position one way or the other on whether you would buy the house?
I don't remember.
The image that I just had up there, was this image...
I just remembered the wiretap call when Charlie's talking to Donna. I think Donna was in Israel at the time. And Donna wants an update on how his conversation went with Wendi to help her, to advise her to back out of the house. And he's recounting it. He said, you know what she said to me, Mom? She said, give me a reason to back out of the house. I said, you know what? I'll give you 3. And whether people that talk like that in the actual conversation that they had or when they're recounting it to someone else, it always sounds shit. And the reason why it sounds so shit is because you know that he thinks it sounds really good and really cool. She said, give me a reason. I said, you know what? I'll give you 3. Because I'm so cool. I can talk. I'm a streetwise.
Sent to you on October 31st. How did this get onto your cell phone dated October 31st?
It looks like something my brother would have sent me at some point. I don't remember if it was what day.
Looks like we're gonna have some opinions.
It was, but I remember seeing that picture.
Okay, do you have any reason to dispute the metadata associated with it on your phone?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and you recognize your brother in this photo?
I do.
And who's the woman he's pictured with here?
Katie.
Is that Katherine Magbanua?
Yes.
So did your brother at any time send you this picture? Not at any time. Did your brother on October 31st send you this picture and basically tell you not to buy the house because you weren't going to be living in Tallahassee much longer?
I don't remember him ever telling me not to buy the house or that I wasn't going to be living in Tallahassee. I really wanted to buy that house.
Yeah, but Patty says that there's no record. Right, Kosher Style? Is that what Kosher Style? Kosher says you cannot just remove your name. Oh, that's something else. You cannot just remove your name from financed possessions. The party keeping the item have to refinance. And Patty said there's no record Wendi did a damn thing. Well, I mean, it's quite possible that it was paid for. I mean, Dan had enough money for that. I don't know. But my question to that would be, like, if I buy a house with Georgia Cappleman, you know, let's say she's my wife. It's a nice thought. And but it doesn't work out. Oh no. And then, you know, we're in this bitter divorce case. God, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I'd string it out as well. I'd want to soak up every minute I could. I'd be like, I need another mitigation. I'm on the fence. Convince me while I stare lovingly at you. Mitigation time. 8 hours. No, but if I was going to pay her half of the value of our house, and she was going to take her name off the title, wouldn't I have to be there at the wherever you do the title as well? Wouldn't that make sense? I think that would make sense, right? So that they could say, okay.
Do you remember, after all the drama with the Skype, asking your mom?
Everything she says now, I'm thinking she's talking to me in the mitigation. Do you remember, after all the drama with the Skype, asking your mom? And I'm like, no, why don't you remind me? Tell the long version.
See if I can find it here. To help you work on the Skype thing, because it was becoming a real problem between you and Mr. Markel.
I honestly don't remember, but I see this email and I must have sent this.
And then a few months later, in February of 14, Mr. Markel files a motion to enforce marital settlement agreements, and that we've touched on that already. That was alleging that you committed fraud on the court during the original settlement. Remember that?
I do. I remember him saying that my attorney helped perpetrate a fraud.
He did. He suggested that the court should send a strong message to you about your malfeasance by awarding him the entirety of the assets that he alleged were undisclosed. Do you remember that?
I do.
And did your mom view that filing?
I don't remember.
Isn't that the one she responded to? We need a plan of attack. We need to aggravate him the way he's trying to aggravate you.
I remember we just looked at that. I just didn't remember what it was in response to.
Okay. And did you respond to his allegations?
I would
in court, in a court filing.
We must have responded in a court filing to that,
Okay.
because if someone accuses you of fraud, at that point my attorney had to recuse herself because she had to become a witness in the case, and to say that that didn't happen. And then
Can't you just see the Adelsons, convincing this attorney, like, who was probably advising, like, oh, I don't know, I mean, sounds risky. I don't know if I want my name on this, guys. And the Adelsons are like, shut up, he'll never know. We're gonna pay one of the judges. just do it.
and I had to find a new attorney to represent me.
Okay, and did you do a filing in response to his counter motion to enforce the marital settlement agreement, alleging, and this is page 439 for court and counsel, that a vast majority of the former husband's motion contains allegations that are redundant, immaterial, impertinent, and scandalous? That sort of language, does that sound familiar?
It doesn't actually.
That sort of repetitive, superfluous, annoying, waste my time language. What is it? Scandalous, impertinent. Two other words that mean the same thing.
Actually sound familiar, but I would have responded in a motion, so I'm sure my attorney filed something.
Did your mom move around this time?
I don't think so.
Do you remember your parents signing a lease at a place called the Continuum?
My parents were spending some time there on the weekends, but they didn't move until 2015 when I was clerking for a judge at that time.
All right, so they signed a lease to have sort of a weekend property. Was that in South Beach?
Yes.
Okay, and that does March of 14 sound right for that?
I don't remember when they signed a lease there, but it's possible.
I was clerking. What was she clerking for? I was clerking for some chicken and waffles.
Did your mom move around this time?
I don't think so.
Do you remember your parents signing a lease at a place called the Continuum?
My parents were spending some time there on the weekends, but they didn't move until 2015 when I was clerking.
Nice little way to create a gray area. Yeah, no, they were spending weekends there. But actual moving, that was later. Just weekends. I think.
Working for a judge at that time.
All right, so they signed
Yeah. Little something I picked up at Cambridge.
a lease to have sort of a weekend property. Was that in South Beach?
Yes.
Okay, and that does March
Yes.
of 14 sound right for that?
I don't remember when they signed a lease there, but it's possible.
Well, when you ultimately left Tallahassee, which we'll get to, did you go to live at the Continuum or at Coral Springs or somewhere else?
In Miami at the Continuum.
And do you
Really? Yeah, was that... I mean, it was just a... Well, yeah, I won't mention that now.
know why they chose to move into the Continuum? I mean, this is about 3-4 months before the murder.
My brother had a girlfriend that lived there, and he really liked the property, and he thought maybe my parents might like to retire there. So he was suggesting that they start trying someplace other than Coral Springs to retire.
And
Well, what is this trying someplace? They always say this. My brother, you know, they live in Coral Springs, but my brother said it might be nice for them to try living in Miami. You know, that's when you know that you're just fucking rich. You know, where should we go and try and live? Do you think we could try to live here? That's just such a weird thing to say. I want to see them trying to live in Tennessee on a ranch. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Be like every year the movie, it's like, it'd be like National Lampoons, where it's always in a different, you know, place. What would be the 4 best places for them to try and live? We want something in like Yellowstone. Obviously, that'll be like Woodsman Adelson's. Mountain. So, where would we go? South of the border. Yeah, Adelson's go Mexico. Adelsones. Adelsones en Mexico. And where else? Paris? No? What else would be a good one? Well, I think we've covered the basics, right?
did your mom add you as a resident to the Continuum on May 16th of 2014?
I don't remember that, but to the Continuum, the
Well, you didn't need that for your Obamacare?
apartment complex had very high security, and so it may have been that if you wanted someone to come and not be considered a guest, they had to be considered a resident.
Okay, tab 95, please.
Is that it? Is that the security? Yeah. No, it's very secure. It's where George Clooney stays when he's in town. We're on first name terms. He always buys me I forget the name of the drink. What's it called?
And the question is, would you have been considered a resident as of May 16th of 2014?
And I don't know, so you want me to see whether on this document I was added as a resident?
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like I was added and my brother were added. And then my other brother was the in case of emergency.
Yeah.
And it was in April of 20.
But on the no access list, if you know, to be escorted off the premises. Do not let this guy in. He's only Senor Adelsones by name.
2014.
April of 2014. Okay, so about 3 months before the murder?
Yes,
And that was just so that you could come and go whenever you were visiting?
that was my understanding.
Yeah. Yeah. When you were bringing in boxes of your, you know, possessions and, you know, all the plates from the Tallahassee house they had to go in. So, needed that access. Put me on the list, Mom, in April. You know, I should be... How many trips would that be? 10 trips before the murder? Yeah. So I can, you know, move over time. We won't need a U-Haul. We'll save money on the U-Haul and just do 10 trips in a car. 500 miles, 400 miles.
Do you recall a motion being filed by Dan Markel that we've referred to as the grandma motion?
No.
Did Dan Markel in March 26th of 2014 file a motion seeking to preclude your mother from having unsupervised contact with your kids?
I don't remember him filing that motion, but it sounds like if it's a motion you have a name for, then it exists.
And in that motion, do you recall, or does it refresh your memory, that he was saying, Grandma, you know, that the boys were telling him, Grandma says you're stupid, Grandma says she hates you, and as a result, he was concerned about your mom alienating the kids or turning the kids against him?
I remember hearing about this motion.
Okay. And that is a motion that was never got to be heard, right?
That was part of the motion to enforce the settlement agreement,
But which was never heard
which was never heard.
because he was killed.
Because, yes.
Yeah, I like it, Christina. Mississippi. It could be like the, you know, the riverboat. The riverboat special. Adelson's Huckleberry Adelson. Oh, you know. I wonder what Mark Twain would have thought of this whole thing. You know. You see, Wendi Adelson has never read Twain.
And do you remember why you didn't forward your mom the actual motion that was filed in reference to that?
I don't.
Okay, if you will check see if you can find tab 98 in the back there, please.
Mississippi is just the state least like Miami. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, you know, like, they're in the same quadrants of, at least, you know, there's green, there's green trees. No, I mean, what would be apart from Alaska, obviously, but, say, Nevada. Nevada's got to be the least like Miami. Bye-bye.
I have tab 98.
Okay. Does it refresh your recollection as to the question, which is, where was your mom on the day that the relocation was filed, which for your reference was 3/26/14.
Harley D says, I'm in Mississippi and we are backwards, most illiterate, most obese, poorest. Yeah. Is that what it says on the license plates? Land of the illiterate, obese, poor.
So this email is from 3/25/14, and it looks like my parents were coming up. It says coming on Thursday, and this was written Tuesday the 25th, so my guess is that they were coming on Thursday the 27th.
And was it their practice to typically stop in Orlando and spend the night on the trip up to Tallahassee?
I don't remember.
Okay. The allegations that are laid out in Dan Markel's motion were sent to you in an email before the motion was ever filed. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, no.
In Publishing 64AA, a December 16th, 2013 email. This email indicates that Dan Markel is going to be introducing a major issue, grandparental alienation. This will be part of our ongoing effort to resolve outstanding issues, but basically at the bottom there, Ben announced to me Abba. What does Abba mean?
It's Abba. It means father in Hebrew.
Father. Grandma says you're stupid. Okay, and he details a couple, I think it's 3 different instances in which his boys have told him that Grandma, your mother, has told them that you're trying to take my sunshines away, she hates you, that sort of thing. Does this refresh your memory at all about those allegations?
It does.
Okay. And this email, you did forward this email to your mother. Do you recall that?
I don't recall that, but it makes sense that I would have.
And your mom responded to it, or someone responded to it, wow. Do you remember that?
I was shown that email yesterday.
Okay. And you forwarded that email not only to your mom, but to a total of 12 different people. Do you remember that?
I remember being very surprised that he was trying to accuse a member of the Florida bar of fraud and going to all these lengths to avoid paying money that he owed me.
Okay. And is that the reason why you sent it to the 12 people?
It was pretty shocking what he was doing.
Did your mom respond at all to that allegation regarding her alienating the kids?
I don't remember a response other than the one I was shown that said wow, but I don't know if that was my dad responding or my mom responding.
But the allegation was in reference to your mom, right?
The allegation was in reference to
Yeah,
my mom.
what is the fun? Every time we've got to do this thing. Well, you know, my parents, they've been married for 50 years. I mean, since before I was at Cambridge. And, you know, so they have a joint email. And we don't know, you know. I can't possibly look at a block of text and tell if it was written by my mother or my father, you know, because I read it once and then, you know, I just completely forget. I don't even know who I'm replying to. It's fucking ridiculous. It's obviously 90% of the time it's Donna, right? Harvey's on there for like legal stuff, maybe, you know, not a lot.
Okay. And in fact, the next day, because the parenting coordinator was in on the original thread, you forwarded the email a second time to your mom, didn't you, with the parenting coordinator's response. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but it makes sense that I would have forwarded it.
Yeah. My attorney told me to do that. Yeah. and and then gave me a bacon tower to put in the Skype call later with Markel.
Do you remember just, let's see, a couple months before the death of Dan Markel, saying to a friend of yours, I think her name is Jane, does that sound familiar?
I had a friend named Jane.
Telling Jane, quote, Danny is a monster.
Yeah, all of these questions are leading, Your Honor.
Overruled, the witness may testify based on her memory.
I don't remember
Yeah.
telling Jane that I thought Danny was a monster.
Okay,
Based
was
on her
Jane
memory.
one of the people you forwarded the email to?
I don't-
Dan's email?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Oh, I emailed
But it was
that to a
the
lot
sa-
of people. Oh, I emailed it to jealous rage thug Jeff and my mom.
Same day that you called him a monster. Do you remember that?
I don't.
I want to talk a little bit about your brother, Charlie. Judge, I don't know if you're wanting a recess, this is a good time. It's getting a little tedious, I'm sure.
Got that right. Yeah. Did she just run outside the courtroom and rub a squirrel on her head or what? I need to comb my hair. Give me a minute. I'll be back in 5. Just goes outside, sticks her head in a bush and shakes it. They should be standing up for Wendi. She went to Cambridge.
Everyone can be seated. Ms. Cappleman, you may resume with your examination.
Whenever Donna's standing up looking at the jury, I always imagine her thoughts in her head, look old, innocent old.
Of the witness.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Adelson, I want to ask you a little bit about your brother, Charlie Adelson.
this should be good.
Is he older or younger than you?
I'm the youngest of the 3.
I'm the youngest of 3, innocent baby girl, and I'm the youngest of the 3. But I also did go to Cambridge.
children, so both my brothers are older than me.
How much older than you is Charlie?
He's 2.5 years older.
And in the time frame 2013 to 2014, how much time were you spending with Charlie Adelson?
I don't remember spending a lot of time with him. I was in Tallahassee most of the time, and he was in
Full-time mommy mode. And say something like that, Wendy.
South Florida most of the time.
Did you speak with Charlie regularly during that time?
We did.
What type of lifestyle did your brother have around the time frame 2014 to 2016?
Why don't they, Hey Mona says, why don't they have an emoji face slap? They used to, but the townspeople, they said it promoted violence, encouraged gang violence, so they had to take it down.
My brother was a single guy. He was dating lots of people. He worked really hard till early in the morning till late at night, sometimes 6 or 7 days a week.
Worked hard, played hard?
Yeah, I think that was kind of his lifestyle.
Yeah, he works 6 or 7 days a week now, doesn't he? Smoking salamis.
Did he like nice things?
He
Fancy
did.
Cars?
He liked nice cars. He liked nice food.
Okay. Did you, during the phone conversations you had with your brother during that time, did you talk much about your marital problems?
I mean, to be honest, I don't remember, but I'm sure we talked about it.
Is it fair to say during the year or so leading up to Mr. Markel's murder that your brother did not like him?
I think that's fair to say.
Did your brother joke about hiring a hitman to kill Dan Markel?
He did make that joke.
He did make that joke, that horrible joke. He did make that joke. Can you imagine that he made that joke?
Specifically?
My brother had bought me a TV as a divorce present, and he would make the joke that...
Why do they even need to say that? I mean, it always sounds like... It's never just a TV, is it? It's like my brother bought me a TV. My brother brought me a TV as a divorce present? Like...
the TV was cheaper than hiring a hitman.
Did you ever tell Jeffrey Lacasse about that joke?
Well, fucking, a fucking toilet brush is cheaper than a TV. If it's that logic, where does it end? Wendy's moving into a new house? She got toilets? Okay, here you go. Bring her that. It's only been used once.
I may have mentioned that joke to Jeff Lacasse.
Who is that?
Jeff Lacasse was someone that I dated after Danny and I got divorced.
Had he met your...
He's former military, so, plus in Gainesville, he was very red and puffy and sweaty, and he just, flew into a rage.
Your parents?
I think you may have met them once.
David Anderson Kirk, we heard a great sample for you earlier when Georgia Cappleman's reading out the list of names that Donna called Dan. There's this list, and she just goes, asshole, fucker, religious zealot, bastard. Just take each one of those and put them between beats.
But not in any kind of formal way, just my parents were visiting and he might have said hi, something like that.
Did your parents...
Not a formal way, no. Like, they didn't give a fuck. No, that's him, is it good? Yeah. So, you gonna take me to my hotel? Is that a taxi? Yeah, see you later, Jim. Nice to meet you. I don't know who it was.
express any opinion about him, whether they liked him or not?
I don't remember them really taking notice of him.
Do you remember?
Who was that said down? Oh, that you're seeing that guy?
Sending a text back on May 28th of 2014 that saying, quote, my parents are not into him, referring to Jeff.
I don't remember sending that text.
Hey, like the video, Christina. Follow the leader. Click that big thumb. And you know what? Hey, please do think about and pray about. And think about your prayer and say your prayer well to Jesus in a coffee cup at buymeacoffee.com, Jesus/TrueCrimeMetrics, where you can support the channel. We depend on you, you depend on us. Coffee in a cup, served piping hot daily, with an array of tasty pastries. We're talking petit pain chocolat, we're talking croissant, we're talking blueberry muffin, and the flapjacks. How about those? How about those bad boys? Fresh out of the oven. Can you imagine? Buy me a coffee and support the channel at buymeacoffee.com/True Crime Metrics.
On the morning of the murder, did you have an appointment at your residence on Aqua Ridge?
I did.
What was the nature of that appointment?
I had an appointment with the Geek Squad. There were some vertical lines on the TV. I didn't know if maybe one of my kids had tapped it or touched.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was like a, an at-home colonic irrigation? Did you have an appointment that morning, murder morning? I did. And what was the appointment for you to say in front of the world? Well, I was having a hose pipe put up my ass, and then high pressure water to just clear me out. I get it once a month.
Touched it, but it wasn't working, and so I had an appointment, and they were scheduled to come sometime between 8 and 12.
And was that the TV that was the...
Yeah, it took 4 hours with for Wendi Adelson with all those, it's all that white rice from the sushi.
Same TV that your brother joked he got you?
Best coffee in the West. Look at that. Yeah, best coffee in the West. The West is the best.
As a divorce present because it was cheaper than hiring a hitman.
Yes.
Okay. And on the morning of the murder, did your mom...
I'm sure Wendi liked colonics, and she's probably got a do-it-yourself anal bleaching kit as well. Right, she does that right after, get the whole thing done.
Text you about the TV repair guy being on the way or coming to your house?
She did. I didn't buy the TV, and the TV had an insurance policy that came with the Geek Squad help. So I think they reached out to her first, and then she let me know that they were coming.
The TV was under warranty, right?
I believe.
I love how she tries to make this seem like a genuine, like, oh, let me think about that. No, I think because it was my mother who bought the TV, but Charlie paid. But it was my TV, but because she bought the TV, she put her name and address, I think it was like that.
So.
But the damage that you had was not covered by the warranty, was it?
I don't think so.
Okay, and
Yeah.
do you recall how long the TV repairman was at your house?
I don't. It was a reasonable amount of time, so maybe an hour or so.
And why did it take an hour to determine that the...
An hour. Think about that for a moment, right? Guy comes in. You want your TV fixed? Oh, is that what? He goes over. It's the fucking screen. It's not like he had to take the back off or something and troubleshoot a problem with a special tool, or that would take any amount of time. Which even if it did, it wouldn't take a fucking hour. And he goes in. He sees the screen. He goes, "Oh, you got a big crack there. Oh, it's not going to be covered." That's it. That would be a 3-minute job if he took his shoes off.
TV couldn't be repaired or was not under warranty?
I don't know. I don't know a lot about AV equipment.
Yeah. The AV equipment in my house, I don't know about that. I don't know anything about the AV equipment. The audio-visual, we have a technician, usually, that comes in and sets it all up. The AV equipment. Yes. That's what we used to call it back at Cambridge.
The TV repair guy, I guess I should ask, were you upset, crying and upset during the time that the TV repairman was there?
I don't think so.
Were you particularly upset about the TV?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good thing to do. Pinto. Spin the wheel. take a leap.
The fact that the TV couldn't be repaired?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the TV guy, to your recollection, didn't actually do anything. He didn't fix the TV, he didn't take it away, he didn't bring you a new one.
No, he was trying to fix it. I mean, I think he was trying to assess what the problem was and if it could be fixed, but it wasn't taken away.
The problem was like an impact to the screen, right?
It seemed to be that, yeah.
Okay.
So what did he try and fix? I would think that, he wouldn't have even touched it. Because if the damage isn't covered by the warranty and he touches it and fucks it, wouldn't he be on the hook for additional damage? You can sue for anything in America. So they're really careful about that. Or so I've been told.
Did you go to a dinner after the murder of Dan Markel in which you vomited at the table?
It was several weeks until I felt...
Yeah. Okay, so I was terrified for a month. And I hadn't eaten anything for a month. And, so I felt ready. I felt ready to go out. And I phoned up my brother. I said, "Brother, I am ready to eat a meal in a restaurant. Take me to the restaurant, brother." And we went to eat a meal. And while we were there, we celebrated the fact that we were there.
Ready to leave my apartment. I was very, very scared.
So that happened?
It did happen.
Okay, and that was in a restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm. It was at a restaurant.
Who was present at that dinner?
It was my brother and me.
And where was the dinner?
It
South
was
Florida or here? Or
it was
somewhere?
South Florida.
Okay.
Yeah? You didn't take a drive up to Tallahassee? Hey, Charlie, I know a great food truck. And after that, we can go to the book club, and maybe we could all read my book.
Okay, and you said it was several weeks after the murder?
I believe so.
Had you ever heard Charlie, your brother, refer to that dinner as a celebratory dinner?
Only in previous trials, but never to me personally.
Did you hear him say it the night that you had the dinner or after that?
No.
That you threw up at the celebration?
No.
Do you know Katherine Magbanua?
I met her on 2 occasions.
Okay. Do you have an independent friendship with her, or did you just meet her through your brother?
I just met her through my brother.
Who was she to Charlie?
She was a person that he had dated.
Was she a serious girlfriend?
I didn't think so.
Okay. Did he have a lot of girlfriends that kind of came and went?
He had a lot of girlfriends, and they all looked somewhat similar.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's... One moment, Your Honors. Show you what I marked as 35. Do you recognize States 35?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
This was a visit. I went to the beach with Katherine and a friend of hers for about an hour.
Katherine Magbanua?
Yes.
All right, and when was this photograph taken?
It was Father's Day weekend of June 2014.
So just about a month before the murder?
Yes.
And was this the first time you'd ever met Katherine Magbanua?
It was the second time. The first time was at a dinner with my brother and with Jeff Lacasse when I was running an alternative spring break, I came down to visit.
Is that the dinner at Yardbird?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get back to that. So this was the second meeting.
Yes.
All right, Judge, move to introduce State's Exhibit 35.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 35 is admitted.
Publishing State's 35. Which one is Katherine Magbanua?
She's on the left with the white top.
Okay, and that's you in the center there.
That's me in the middle.
And this photograph, was it taken near your parents' residence in
It
South
was.
Beach?
Very close.
During that trip, were there any conversations with Katherine Magbanua or your brother or your mother about the murder?
No.
Is Katherine Magbanua the girlfriend that your brother had in this time frame leading up to the murder?
I believe so, but he had multiple girlfriends, so I don't know if she was the only one.
Okay, but that's definitely the one that you interacted with the month before.
Yes, ma'am.
Did anything stand out to you about this particular girl as being, you know, the one or special or different from the parade of girlfriends that
No.
Charlie had? Did your brother have girlfriends after this woman, Magbanua?
Yes.
Okay, including, do you remember a Whitney?
I do remember Whitney.
And then there was June Mchinda,
Yes, I remember June.
a June Co, I think.
I remember Junko.
Okay. Prior to Dan Markel's murder, was this image taken at your trip to South Beach that was most recent before the murder?
No,
So you went down another time between this trip and the murder.
I did. I went down for my dad's birthday.
And when was that?
It would have been, his birthday was on July 5th. And so I was down, I don't remember the exact amount of time, but maybe 7 or 10 days over July 4th and for his birthday, and then went back to Tallahassee.
10 days. I mean, that's a considerable amount of time.
Did you run into Katherine Magbanua at all on that trip?
I don't think so.
Any discussion with any members of your family about the murder on that trip?
No,
It was your dad's 70th birthday, right?
it was.
And was there a party?
We had a party.
Was that friends, family, both?
It was friends and family.
Yeah. Friends, special friends, and extra special friends.
And I think, is this the trip that we were talking about earlier where your parents had come to Tallahassee to fetch you and take you down south?
Yes.
Was there any discussion on that trip about any other relocation strategies?
I don't have any memory of that.
Like bribing, converting to Christianity, any of those things?
It had been, I think, about a year since.
Since those were first broached.
Right, but I'm just saying by that time it was the summer of 2014. I don't remember any kind of conversation like that.
Okay. Was there any discussion on that trip of the pending motion that included precluding your mom from having unsupervised visits with your boys?
No.
Do you remember the time frame that the repairman was at your house on the morning of the murder?
I remember more or less. I feel like he came, I think he was supposed to come sometime between 8 and 12, and he came on the early side. Because I just remember being surprised and trying to get dressed really fast.
Okay, and Dan Markel was killed between 8 and 12, right? We know
He was.
that now. Who paid the repairman that came to your house?
I think he was under contract, so I don't have a strong memory of that, but I don't remember paying him. It's possible that I did.
I'm going to ask you a few more questions about Mr. Lacasse. You said you might have mentioned the joke to him about TV's cheaper than a hitman. Did you ever use the term TV as code for the murder in any context?
No.
No, I said hairdryer, because it looks like a gun. Is anybody seen that hairdryer? So we all set up? Everything in motion with that hairdryer?
Did you ever hear your mom do that, other than the recordings in this case?
No.
So she didn't talk to you about...
Yeah, the Adelsons have so many fucking schemes going on at the same time. It's probably the whole house just talks in appliances. You know, Harvey comes in and says, "Oh, the microwave was a huge success. We're going to the toaster is coming down from North Carolina next week. Toaster time."
The TV.
No.
Okay. Did you see Mr. Lacasse? And you said that was somebody that you had been dating around the time of the murder, is that right?
We had broken up just before that week that Danny was killed.
All right. Did you have an occasion to see him on July 13th of 2014, so just about a week before the murder at your residence?
I don't remember him being
that?
at my residence, but I do remember seeing him around that time.
Okay. And on July 13th, 2014, do you remember asking to share something in confidence with Mr. Lacasse?
I don't remember doing that.
Did you tell Mr. Lacasse, in the context of if something were to happen to Danny, I could move back to Miami? Did you tell Lacasse that regarding the relocation battle in the summer of 2013, Charlie had, seriously, not as a joke, explored all options to resolve the problem, including hiring a hitman?
I did not have that conversation with Jeff Lacasse.
And I think you said the week before, but wasn't it actually about...
I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because if he made it up, because he said that way back on when did he get back from Tennessee? I think it was the 20th or 21st, maybe. He said that immediately, right? So if he just made it up, then it's kind of funny that Charlie's now in jail for hiring a hitman that he hired.
I think it was 4
Daniel
days before
Savoy.
the murder, you sent an email to Mr. Lacasse. Do you remember that email, bump in the road?
I remember telling him I didn't want to have contact with him anymore. I don't remember exactly what date I sent it, but whatever date, Sunday or Monday.
Yeah. It's definitely that week.
Day of that week would have been around when I sent it.
Here we go. Does this refresh your memory at all?
It does.
Okay. And so you weren't officially breaking up with him so much as asking for a certain period of time without contact, is that right?
That sounds right.
Okay, and then your plan was to reach back out to him and figure things out one way or the other?
I mean, I think I was breaking up with him, but I have a strong aversion to conflict, so this was probably my way of not breaking up with him without breaking up with him.
Okay. And I want to go back to...
What, fucking him about emotionally for another week? Yeah, sounds about right. As long as you're happy, Wendy. Oh, I have a strong aversion to conflict, so I tormented him instead. I'm fine with that. I like tormenting. and dangling and making people have pointless hope. Yeah, that's my thing. Conflict, no. Tormenting with pointless hope, yes.
The day of the murder, we know about the TV repairman left about, did you say about 9?
The truth is I don't really remember, but something like 9 or 10.
Definitely before 10 or by 10?
Yes, that's my best memory.
All right, where did you go after the TV? Where was the next place you went after the TV repairman left?
So I was home, I think, for a couple of hours first. I was doing a little bit of work. I was talking to some friends. I think
just enough time to put a few time-stamped emails on record on my digital footprint. I wonder what she was sending something to Donna and Harvey. Maybe a picture of a cat drinking bourbon, holding a hairdryer with a winking emoji.
I think I ate breakfast, and then I left probably close to noon or a little bit after noon. I was meeting 2 friends who I would frequently meet on a Friday to have lunch
Frequently is misleading. Used to frequently.
with, and so I went to run a few quick errands and then meet them for lunch.
And on your way to meet the friends,
See, Temple Young's got it. I was having my hairdryer repaired. Yeah. No, he came out about 9:30. He came in and he had this tiny little toolbox, tiny little thing, and he said, "Is that the patient?" They always make that joke.
you have an occasion to go down Trescott.
I was trying to turn down Trescott. That's where I used to turn and take just the.
Yeah, it's where I used to turn when I was coming to terms with my divorce. I would look at my house and I would say, "Oh, look at there it is, the house where I used to live."
What I was used to, but there was.
And one day I took Jeff down there, my new boyfriend Jeff. I said, "Hello, hey Jeff, look there it is, my former home, where my ex-husband still lives."
Yellow tape up, and
What would you say? Oh yeah, okay, great. So you said we were going to your house. Where's that?
so when I tried to turn, I couldn't turn, so I made a 3-point turn and kept going on
Hey,
Central.
3-point turn. I think she's responded to the True Crime Metrics community that said, "What the fuck is a K-turn?" It's not even shaped like a letter K. It's a triangle.
And so you encountered a police roadblock at that location.
Yes,
Okay, couldn't go any further because there was a police car and some yellow tape, right?
right.
And that was, you were able to see that from the intersection there, or you actually turned onto Trescott?
I tried to turn and then I couldn't go through, so I turned around and kept going.
How far down Trescott did you proceed before you turned around?
Just until the tape.
Okay. Which one?
Apparently, David Ernst & Co., we had a couple of people from New Hampshire that came to us and said that it is a thing in that state. They even teach it like that in the driving school. A K-turn. It's not obvious, is it? Like, especially for young students. Like if you're driving along with the instructor and they say, okay, now we're going to do a K-turn. You're like, well, how did you fucking do that? That's really confusing.
One of you or your ex-husband had the kids the night before he was killed?
The night before, they were with Danny.
All right, so it was his responsibility to take them to preschool that morning?
Yes.
Who was supposed to pick them up from preschool that day?
I was supposed to pick them up.
Had you talked to Dan Markel or your children that morning before you encountered the roadblock?
I hadn't talked to the boys because it would have been I wouldn't have talked to them, you know, they didn't have cell phones, they were little, so I only would have spoken to them if I had gone to the preschool and seen them, but I didn't do that. So I hadn't talked to the boys. I'm sorry, what was the second part of the question?
How about Dan? Did you speak to him that morning?
We didn't. We had plans to talk. We had traded some text messages and emails, and then I called him and he didn't pick up, and that was the last.
Yeah. He did that, you know. Always had to be in control, that Dan.
Contact.
Did you attempt to call Dan Markel when you encountered the roadblock?
No.
Did you attempt to call your kids' daycare after encountering the roadblock?
No.
Did you notify anyone that you observed the roadblock?
I was talking on the phone at the time, so I may have said to the person I was talking to, oh, I'm trying to drive, but I have to turn around, hold on.
Okay, that was probably a bad question. Did you attempt to investigate in any way or ask anyone what the roadblock was about?
I wasn't concerned about the roadblock.
Was Mr. Markel scheduled to leave town the day after he was killed?
I don't remember if he was scheduled to leave town on Friday afternoon or on Saturday morning, but I know that he would go to New York every time.
You didn't check the prof's blog where he puts all of his flight information?
He had a chance, and I think that was where he was going, but I don't know when he was leaving.
Okay, if you'll take a look at not the binder we've been using, but the other binder, should have your law enforcement interview on the front.
Okay.
And I would just ask you to review page 159, lines 10 and 11. I think it's the very, are you able to find it?
Sorry, he had plans to be out of town. He was leaving on Saturday.
Okay.
So it looks like I knew that he was leaving Saturday.
All right. And you knew he was planning to go to New York?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how, if the killers knew that he was leaving town the next day, do you know how that information got to them?
I don't.
Did your brother Charlie know that information?
I don't know
your
if
knowledge.
I don't know if he knew that information.
Did your mother know that information?
My mom usually knew our schedule, so she probably would have known that I was going to have the boys. I don't know if that means she knew he was going to be out of town, but she would have known that I had the boys.
And didn't your mom keep meticulous track of every time that Dan went out of town?
Maybe just in the sense that if Danny was out of town, she thought maybe I needed extra help.
Yeah, she kept a roster on the fridge, huge, you know, with whiteboard pens. Dan's travels.
Help or something, so yes, probably.
And when that became an issue in the divorce, she was able to send you a record going all the way back to 2010, you know, a couple of years of every single date he was out of town. Do you remember that email?
My mom never switched over to like a Google Calendar, so she would keep very meticulous, like a calendar of all the things she had to do. And
You hear that? You hear that, jury? She's old. Just an old, innocent lady. Some of you have probably got a granny like her, huh?
So that was just
You want to send your granny to jail?
her way of keeping track of everything, not just this, but you know, every part of life.
She's very detail oriented,
Yes.
even regarding things that aren't necessary.
Not just this. What was this in that context? What was that? I think we need to hear that again. My mom will keep track of everything, not just this. You know, supposedly the innocent version of that would be Dan's travel plans, but I don't think that that's come into enough of a familiar context to be referred to with the you know, word this. Let's go back.
First, she was able to send you a record going all the way back to 2010, you know, a couple of years of every single date he was out of town. Do you remember that email?
My mom never switched over to like a Google Calendar, so she would keep very meticulous, like a calendar of all the things she had to do, and so that was just her way of keeping track of everything, not just this, but you know, every part of life.
She's very detail oriented.
Yes.
Even
Not just this. I mean, to me, it sounds like she's, I mean, the word, how she used it was this whole murder plan, plot, conspiracy. You know? Obviously not something of probative value, but linguistically, it works as an indication, as an indicator.
regarding things that aren't necessarily her business, or do you think that Dan's travel plans were somehow her business?
Yeah, well, the first 10 pages are banana bread recipes.
I think only to the extent that it impacted whether I had the boys or whether they were coming to visit or what that looked like.
Okay.
Well, couldn't you fucking handle that? Has she got to keep track of the man's travel plans to know when you've got the boys? I mean, you know who else could tell her, Wendy? You? You know, fuck. She was just trying to say it was premarital assets. Okay, you're getting 50% of all of his airline fares. We need to keep a perfect record. I want to know every plane ticket that guy buys all the way back to 2003.
Did Mr. Markel leave you a message on the morning of his murder?
He did.
Okay, and did he indicate on that message that he was going to the gym that morning?
He did.
And specifically, did it tell you he'd be at the gym between 9:15 and 10:30?
I don't remember, but that sounds about right.
All right, and would he have given you that much detail because you were planning to try to touch base to talk, right?
Yeah, we were trying to have a conversation.
And was the conversation something about one of the children's schooling?
It was.
Yeah.
Did you talk to
Yeah, he wanted to know where I had decided to send his son. Because he was unreasonable like that.
your brother Charlie on the morning of the murder?
I did.
And does an 18-minute conversation at 9:30 a.m. that day sound correct?
It does.
Do you remember the nature of that conversation?
I do. I didn't purchase the TV, so I didn't know how much the TV cost. And so I called him to find out if it made more sense to get the TV repaired or buy a new TV, because I didn't know what the delta was there.
Okay. Can you tell the jury one way or the other for sure whether you mentioned Dan Markel's travel plans to Charlie during that 18-minute phone call?
I can't say for sure, but I don't see why I would have brought it up.
Did you have WhatsApp on your phone at that time?
I did.
What is WhatsApp?
WhatsApp is it's a phone service. It's an app that I use when I talk to people who live in other countries. So it's become very popular. I think I had it at the time. I know I certainly have it now. But it's a device to send messages.
During the time frame that we're talking about, which is around the time of the murder, did you communicate with any of your family members through WhatsApp?
I don't remember using WhatsApp unless they were traveling internationally, because it's a way of making free calls or free texts when, at that time, making long distance calls on a regular phone would have been very expensive.
Did you ever communicate with Katherine Magbanua through WhatsApp?
I don't remember ever texting her on any platform.
Did you have any other encrypted platforms on your phone at that time?
At that time, I don't think so. I don't know what existed at that time.
Okay. So after you turned around,
You didn't tie a little scroll around a raven's leg and send it into to fly to Katie Magbanua? Is that what you're saying?
and did not proceed down Trescott, you went, I think, to the liquor store. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. I was invited to a Stock the Bar party for that night for a friend's daughter. And so they asked for a specific type of bourbon. I'm not a bourbon drinker, so I went to the liquor store and I showed them the invitation, which was shaped like the kind of bourbon they wanted us to buy, and asked if they had that, and they did, and I bought it.
All right, and that type of bourbon was bullet bourbon?
That's right.
And do you recall the time of that purchase?
I don't, but I see a receipt here at 12:49.
Okay, and does that fit with your memory? You left the house around, I think you said afternoon, proceeded to the scene, encountered the tape, and then went to the liquor store, right?
I proceeded to drive to the liquor store. I saw tape and turned around. And then I bought the bourbon that they asked for at 12:49, and then I may have gotten gas after that, and then I drove to lunch.
And lunch was where law enforcement came in and encountered you?
That's right.
Okay, and that was where you were
Where General Isom already was. On a table for one with 6 plates.
having lunch with a couple friends.
That's right.
Did you relocate to South Florida after Mr. Markel's death?
In terms of relocation, I did leave Tallahassee after the funeral, but I took a weekender for both the boys and me and thought I would be back pretty quickly.
Did you come back?
I did come back a few times, but
Just to get things though, right?
not really to get things. I came back a couple of times to give a talk or to do some work, but
Okay.
or
But
to
what I'm interested in is where were you living after the murder?
I wasn't living in Tallahassee.
All right. Did you recall on the trip to
Somewhere south.
Florida, just within 48
Somewhere
hours,
way down south, where the sun shines and the sushi rolls.
of the shooting, getting a call from Craig Isom?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened with that call?
I talked to him for a while. He mentioned that he might want to have DNA samples of the kids. We were already halfway down. We'd been.
Yeah, I talked to him for a while, and then I started rustling a sweet wrapper like this. And I said, "I'm sorry, General. We're going through a tunnel. I'll call you when we get to..." And then it went dead. And then I threw my phone out of the window onto the interstate, and a big, big truck, 18-wheeler, just smashed it in two, well, in more than two, into pieces, into 1,000,000 pieces. And we never spoke again.
In the car for about 4 hours with the boys.
Who's
And
the we in that sentence?
I was with my parents
Okay.
Yeah.
and the kids.
Yep.
We talked, the call broke
Yeah, I had to breastfeed them in the back.
up, and he never followed up.
Was it like a...
He never followed up. He never followed up. Can you believe? Lazy cop. You know?
You're breaking up.
I told him I was having a hard time hearing.
But were you faking that, or was it really breaking up?
I was not faking that.
And did you send your lawyer to him after that, shortly after that?
I told him he could talk to my lawyer. He never followed up.
Couldn't clean the fudge off of his fingers. I gave him my number on a piece of paper, and it probably got stuck.
Were you happy to be out of Tallahassee when you were able to return to South Florida?
No, I was not happy.
Did you send a text message on January 1st of 2016 that's contrary to that?
At that point, it would have been 1.5 years after I'd been living somewhere else, so I don't know what text message you're referring to, but
But at that point, you were happy to be out of Tallahassee?
it's not a question of happy to be out of Tallahassee. I was trying to build a new life for myself.
So what's this photograph of you entering into Miami with your full top half body leaning out of the window with your arms in the air, topless, screaming as you go into Miami?
And I didn't feel safe here anymore.
All right, let's take a look at tab 96, please.
Didn't feel safe.
96 in the old one or the new one?
The old one, please.
Okay.
You kidding? With that rage thug, Jeff, on the loose, they didn't even catch? You know? He knows where I live. You think she had paper cuts on her thumbs after all this? You know? Can I get some Bactine for my thumbs?
Okay, I see it, but it says unknown, so I don't know who I'm talking to.
But that's not the question. The question is, did you say, so happy I...
Could be my mom or my dad, or could be someone that I knew at Cambridge.
I don't live there. And the person says, I bet it's a shithole. Remember that?
I don't remember this, no, but I do see that I said it. I don't know who I'm talking to here, and I...
Would it surprise you to learn you were speaking to your brother, Charlie Adelson?
I don't know if it would surprise me. So, no.
Okay, Judge, may we approach it this time?
It's a shithole. So funny that she has to say this to 12 people that live there. You know, the jury. I mean, there was more people in the gallery. If I was so incompetent at life that my parents insisted on driving me across state every time I went to travel, I'd have succumbed to a lethal dose of shame and self-loathing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I have without my parents driving me anywhere. Yeah. I just wouldn't be alive if that were the case. Hey, pickle boy, front and center. Talking to Harvey now. She's a succumbag. Oh, well, she's succumbing. I thought you were doing a play on word. She is succumbing. She's just down in. Can't read. Doing it in slow motion. Yes. Look at that nice. I always think she smells like peppermints, you know? She looks like the peppermint lady. Just a nice old granny. You want to play Scrabble? I mean, she must be a beast at Scrabble. Triple letter score. All four corners. Triple word score, I mean, yeah. That's how you do it, eh? That's how you do it. Has anyone played Upwards? It's like Scrabble, but you can put the tiles on top as well. It's like three-dimensional Scrabble. It's brilliant. So, for instance, you could change the word car to jar. Maybe, what time are we? We're just over halfway. You see, if we go any more, it's going to be late, and then we'll...
You may continue with your examination.
Is that a good place to leave it? Mothballs and Listerine. Isn't that the peppermint smell? Those two things together is peppermints, isn't it? Moon pies. I don't know if this is a good place to leave it. Maybe we should leave it here. What time are we? 3 hours and 20. We'll go to 3:30.
Ma'am, did you change your children's names after Dan Markel was killed?
About a year after I did.
In what way did you change their names?
I changed their last name, and I changed my older son's middle name.
Okay. And you changed their last name from Markel to what?
To mine.
Adelson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start by asking you about this email dated July 3rd, 2014. What is this?
This is the, it looks like an electronic invitation for my dad's 70th birthday.
An Evite, right?
Yes.
And who sent the invitation to you?
Well, it looks like it's through the postmark.
I mean, who sent the party invitations out?
I don't remember if I helped with the Evite or if my mom did it. So I don't know if I sent it to myself or if it's from my mom.
Would you have sent it to yourself?
I'm a little better with tech stuff than my parents, so I might have helped them put together an Evite.
Oh yeah? I thought you didn't know anything about the AV equipment in your house. I didn't know anything about that. How do you turn it on? I think we have to clap to turn it on.
Okay.
I don't
well,
remember.
Who does it say is the host of the party?
Oh, my mom's the host. You asked who sent the email, and I didn't remember. But my mom is the host of the party for my
Okay.
dad.
And to whom is the party invitation sent?
It's sent to me and my two children.
Okay. And this was sent on July 3rd, 2014, before the murder, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then back up just a little bit here. This email, do you recognize this one? Are you able to read it okay on your screen?
I can read it okay.
All right. Who sent this email?
This is from, it says my mom, but it says Harvey Adelson. So again, I don't know which parent it's from.
Okay. If it was from Harvey Adelson, would he say Lincoln is going to be attending Shabbat with his grandpa, Harvey Adelson?
I mean, it seems more likely somebody else would have written with his grandpa, but I don't know. I kind of write those things sometimes, like Lincoln will attend something.
You know, this is probably a good place to leave it. We've kind of gone into a new topic, you know. 3 hours 23, little bit shy of our 4-hour target, but you know, I think it makes sense to cut it here because we can't do the whole thing tonight. So we'll come back. We'll continue. 2025 Donna Adelson trial, Wendi Adelson testimony, part 2. Top of the hour, 9 o'clock tomorrow. Or maybe we should do it earlier. I don't know. Yeah. Gonna try, no promises, to get a maybe a lunchtime special. I don't know. We've got to do some more. You know, tomorrow's coffee day. So we've got to make that cup withdrawal. So we've got to hit it. We've got to be busy. We've got to be committed. We've got to be good. And then that channel a holder thing's coming out. Yeah. Anyway, we will be back tomorrow. And thank you for coming. We hope you had a fantastic Monday. Oh, it's Monday today, tomorrow. You see, I just get confused. My computer, I should set it to Tallahassee time. That's what I should do. So it's Monday now. Well, have a happy Monday. God bless your Monday. Come back Tuesday and Monday. See you later, guys. It was good. You see, every time we look at Wendi Adelson's testimony, obviously we've played this one less times because we've been over the others so many times, but every single time there's a little bit more that you get, that you take, or that you're working on another context in your mind. You know what I mean? It changes with you. It's like a reflection of where you're at, which is great. I love that. Anyway, come and join us again and have a look at your reflection here on True Crime Metrics tomorrow. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for super chatting, for the coffee and the moderating. Thank you, brilliant moderators. Check you later, guys. Thank you, everybody. Good night.